seltzer.com. Get some 8% seltzer shipped right to your house. The peach, the lemon lime, the strawberry shortcake, and the blue raspberry. No carbs, no sugars, no gluten if you give a shit about that. We are live in over 100 stores in Tennessee. More just opened up. Go to hardafseltzer.com today and check your store locator or order them right to your house.
Live from our studios in Austin, Texas, this is Drinkin' Bros Fake News with Ross Patterson, Dan Holloway, Papa G with the traffic,
How you feel?
Not good.
Yeah?
field reporter Hot Bob, and Delco Dan with sports. Welcome to Fake News.
Yeah, welcome to Drinkin' Bros Fake News, bringing you the realest, fakest news of the week. Week in and week out, it seems like it gets more shocking, but it's actually real. It's actually real life that we're going through right now. D'Anthony, a little bit of house cleaning at the top, though. We are live now in 13 stores in Florida for Hard AF Seltzer. We're in all the Total Wine locations all throughout Florida. We're in Orlando, St. Pete, World of Beer in Miramar, St. Lucie Wine and Liquors.
Don't sleep on Tallahassee.
Tallahassee on campus. Let's go.
Here's the reason you can't sleep on Tallahassee. It's because Tallahassee will sneak up on you, my man.
Have you been down to Tallahassee, Bob?
It'll put things inside you.
I have not.
I have. It's great.
No, that's not.
So here's the thing.
It's great the same way going to like a fucking weird museum is great. You know what I mean? Because you get to look at weird shit. And it's like, this is interesting.
To be fair, it's like 21, so.
Yeah, if you go during football season, it is a blast. Any other time of year, it's rough down there in Tallahassee. But we're there. What's the name of that store in Tallahassee? What is it?
Community Co-op Market.
Ooh,
That sounds pretty crunchy
let's
for a place
go.
selling our shit.
I
doesn't
know,
it?
right?
Yeah.
Although there's that one down near, God damn it, what is it called? Fuck, hold on, let me look. There's a
Tennessee?
No, there was a like a co-op down in Florida near where Tucker does a show.
Yeah.
And apparently they stayed open during all the pandemic. They were just like, fuck you, we're not, like, even at the beginning, they were like, we're not doing any of this bullshit. And it became kind of like a hub for libertarians and Republicans. So it's like this, from the outside, it looks like this really crunchy Madison, Wisconsin hippie kind of situation.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's all libertarian.
I can get behind that. We had a place like that in Wilmington that I enjoyed.
Let me find the name so we can call it out.
Yeah, you can shout it out. In the meantime, pop up that list one more time, Bob. Total Wines in Orlando. Total Wine, 2 Orlando locations. 2 Total Wines in there. Tactical Brewing. Still got some cases left down there. And then we finally got down around the Miami area. We're in Laser Wolf in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Riverside Market in Florida down there. World of Beer in Miramar. Opportunities Tap Room. Dixie Bar and Grill. Where's that at? West Palm Beach. And then Opportunities Tap Room is in Delray Beach. I know Reed White's is down in that area. We finally got some down there for you. He's requesting it in a few stores. If you're in the Florida area, just hit up info@hardafseltzer.com and then just request it what store you want it to go to, and we'll send that to Sunshine State Distribution down there, and or you can give them a jangle and have it put in whatever store you want. We got plenty of cases, and I think Florida is probably going to get the new flavors first down there.
Yeah.
That's the way it's looking.
Yeah. It's called Seed to Table.
Yeah. Is that what it is?
Which sounds like pounding off.
Well,
on the table,
that's what it
honest.
sounds like. It sounds like you're just jacking off on somebody's Thanksgiving
But
table.
it's in Naples, Florida.
Okay.
Seed to Table.
Seed to Table.
If you live in that area, patronize their business because they fucking told the government to go fuck themselves, which is something.
And tell them to pick up Hard AF Seltzer.
Yeah.
We're down. Seed to Table is the name of it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. Thanks for joining us the other nights. It was a wild one for the election show. We had a blast that night. And in the meantime, I'm going to text you. Because a lot of people were like, hey, dude, what happened to the guy who drank 13 Hard AF Seltzers live on air? new record. We've never seen it been done before. Obviously, we don't encourage that type of consumption. Wink. Have to say that legally, but it was impressive. That guy was totally fine. I had a full conversation with him after the show for about 15, 20 minutes, and he was right as rain, that fucking guy. Said he'd been drinking, no lie, since he was 5 years old. I don't know how much truth is in that, but I want to believe it, and I want to believe it's real.
Yeah.
In the meantime, one of our listeners did not fare so well. Bob, I'm going to text you that photo right now. You can pop that up on screen because I came in to the old studio Wednesday around 1:30 in the afternoon. I think our first show was at 2 that day. We had some later shows, and was shocked to find, a person essentially living inside the studio at that point.
Yeah.
He had done it.
But to be fair, he was sleeping underneath the editor's table like George fucking Costanza over there.
Yes.
But
didn't tell any of us.
he did
We
clean
didn't
up
know.
from the party.
Did he really?
Yeah, he cleaned up the office from the party. So it was like, all right, that's one night's rent.
He's
I
great.
guess.
We know him. He's fantastic. So I walked in, and here was what I saw. Thanks to Joel for letting this go down, because that's Joel's booth up there where he edits. And look at that guy, just all snug as a bug in a rug. That's actually the blanket from our bro box, by the way. So he wasn't full Drinkin' Bros regalia.
Yeah, regalia.
Yeah, so that's nice. But
It's not often
scared the shit out of me.
It's not often you get the opportunity to use the word regalia, and I recommend taking those opportunities when they come.
Yeah, I just took it.
Yeah.
I just took it. And it worked out great. But afterwards he was like, hey, man, it was a hell of a party last night when he woke up around 2 p.m. I was like, oh, thanks, man. I was like, where are you going? And he goes, I got to get back to real life. And I was like, all right, cool, man. I opened the door for him. And then on the back of his car, I saw a roach and a lighter. So the roach was underneath one of the windshield wipers.
Like a sticker, you mean?
No. A joint.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Half a
well,
joint.
That's not weird.
And there was a Bic lighter on top of it. But why was that on the windshield?
I think somebody may have left it for him.
Maybe.
Or he left it out there because he didn't want to bring it in. He's being respectful of the building. He had smoked the night prior probably and left it out there, and he didn't want it to blow away.
Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, he was drunk as well. I'm just trying to track through the logic process of somebody who's drunk and high.
We allow everyone to smoke weed in the studio.
Yeah, we don't care.
The only thing is I feel bad because everybody comes in with weed, and I'm like, hey, dude, that is an end of the night thing for me. I cannot work on that whatsoever or hold a conversation. So I got to pass the buck on that one until the end of the night.
Here's
But
some
he was
breaking
ready to
news
rock.
in the chat, actually. 18sex.xyz says, find yourself a hot girl here. So if anybody's on the market for a hot girl,
Here?
go ahead and click through.
Okay,
that.
sure.
Somebody
it's
deleted
gone.
it. It's too late.
Somebody deleted it. That
Sorry,
sucks.
guys.
When they say here, do they mean in the studio?
No, I think on the interwebs.
Because it's all dudes in here right now. So
You know, I
We
mean,
could use some hot girls.
Well, also Lizzo was in the chat.
she playing the flute, the little
My
flautist.
skin flute.
Yeah, we love Lizzo here. And then our drinking bro of the week is Kip Knuth. He'll be on at the end of the show. Brought us in Terry Black's today and a very, very fine bottle of tequila, and we'll share a shot together at the end. I'm just amped that I got his name right all these years. So
lucky.
yeah.
It's like a
Broken watch, dude.
blind squirrel.
Twice a day.
Yeah.
Twice a day. I got it, though. In the meantime, kids, first up, the Senate is going to come down to 3 races. Hard to believe. Seems like fake news, but it's real. Hard to believe that we are still waiting for results in 3 different states. Republican Senator Ron Johnson officially won re-election in Wisconsin on Wednesday morning, and that kept the GOP's hopes alive as far as taking the majority. His victory meant the Republicans had 49 seats and Democrats have 48. As of Wednesday morning, again, other 3 states still not in yet. Bob, you got the map there? So Georgia, we know. How's Herschel Walker doing there, Bob?
Well, it's over.
Yeah.
But I think there's still, 2% left to count?
No.
99% of the vote is in.
No, okay, so it's 99 left balloons?
December the 6th
I think it's a 6.
or something. Yeah, that's when that vote is.
But what you're saying is there's still 1% left?
I guess.
And you don't think there's any possibility that all those votes went to Herschel?
I don't think even if they all did go to Herschel, it would matter.
Okay. I have a feeling you're going to hear that the rest of your life. How's Herschel doing? And then we got Nevada and Arizona that are still left in this. And somebody else brought this up to me last night when I was out and about, and they were like, hey, wouldn't this be a red wave then if you got the Senate and Congress back? And I said no, because it should have been a blowout across the board. However, it is a massive win for Republicans if you get Congress and Senate back. I find it odd that we're in day 3 and we still don't know in these states. Now, right now in Nevada, Bob, you said the Republican candidate is currently ahead, right?
Laxalt is leading Masto by a little bit less than 2 points.
Okay, well, 2 points is pretty significant.
Yeah.
There's still an outside chance that the Democrat could win, but most experts are saying that one's pretty much done unless something crazy happens.
Okay, so that would put us at 50, right? We'll put the Republicans at 50, and then you have Arizona. Arizona would be the majority, and then you wouldn't need Herschel Walker at that point. Arizona's tough because they only have 70% in. There's still 600,000 outstanding ballots.
So they're saying right now, I guess we can just jump into the next story because it's kind of part of this as well. And then we'll circle back to Georgia here in a sec. But Arizona's Maricopa County Elections Department, this is only one of the counties that are having problems. But they had all these issues with machines again.
By the way, it was 20 different sites.
Yeah. So they used from what these motherfuckers said, a joint statement from Chairman Bill Gates, not the Bill Gates, although you should call yourself William Gates.
Yeah, or Willie.
Right? Willie or something.
Billy, yeah.
Chairman Bill Gates and Vice Chairman Clint Hickman said Arizona election officials will investigate the incident completely and assured voter tabulations will not ultimately be impacted. I don't know how they could possibly make that claim. I'll get to that in a second. So they say that all ballots will be counted securely and accurately, but all the ballots probably didn't get cast. And I'll get to why in a minute. They said some other shit. These are the same machines they used for the primaries.
With Dominion, right?
I don't know. No, I don't know about that. I have no idea who the company is. But these are the same machines they used during the primaries, and there didn't seem to be any issues then. And now all of a sudden, every single site had issues.
Yeah, why is that?
It's a good question. So they only use paper ballots. They don't use the electronic scanners that, like here in Texas, the one that where you fucking did your shit.
That's a bitch, man.
They printed it out,
Yes.
and then you look at it and you make sure all your shit's checked right, and you just put it into another Scantron. It's like the easiest shit of all time.
Well, hang on. When you voted, so first of all, we had to show you show ID, right? You show ID, and then you get this thing, and then
they give you a blank Scantron sheet that has some administrative shit on it, and you put it into the thing, and it sucks it up in there.
Correct.
And then you go through the computer and make all your fucking votes.
But I also got I don't know if you got this. I got like a number, and then I had to type that number in, put in the paper. After I got done with the paper and it spit it out, they said, "Hey, are you sure? Here's all your candidates on the thing." Then I had to go to another guy with a scanner.
It's a separate person,
right? But that's when I was talking about on the show last week that it was the lines were long. That's why the lines were long. Like, why the fuck do I have to do all that shit?
Yeah, so
I didn't have to do that in Travis County.
that's weird.
Oh, what was your process?
Same start, which is getting the paper, putting it into the machine, making your picks, and then you're done, and it comes back out with the picks printed on it, and then you just go in and slide it into another machine and pick up your Yo Vote sticker.
Yeah,
and
that's
leave.
it. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was the other part he said that you didn't do?
You said you had to go to like a second guy and type in a number and all this
No,
shit.
I did,
the
yeah.
type in the number is the first part.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to type in any number or anything like
Oh,
that.
you didn't have to type in a verification code?
You're supposed
I
to
did.
type in a verification code
Yeah.
to associate. So
No,
it's-
I just told them I was a Democrat, and they're like, "Go ahead."
Yeah. Then
It's
they're amped.
It's the little number next to your name. It's like a fucking voter serial number, basically.
I may have had to do that before, and I'm not remembering, but I didn't have to do it the last two
Well,
elections
at any
for
rate,
sure.
at any
Gotcha.
rate, it's super easy, and as you can see, Texas got all its voting and electing and counting done the same goddamn day, like normal states, right?
Well, even the states that fucked it up in 2020, and Arizona was one of them, still haven't corrected the issue. Pennsylvania, for example, fucked it up in 2020, and that went on forever. They corrected it, and you had a winner at the end of the night. Granted, it was about 20 minutes after we got off air, but still, at least there was no questions of the validity of the voting in that state.
No, just questions of the validity of the mental processes of Pennsylvania residents, but we'll get to that
Oh,
later.
yeah.
So we're talking about Arizona, who just had these problems,
Yep.
right? In a
2020.
big way. And meanwhile, Florida, the home of Florida Man and bath salts, right? And Casey Anthony
Alligators.
somehow figured it out. They can tabulate, count without delay. What the fuck?
They were the first ones to call the race. I don't know if you remember on Tuesday, but that
Well,
was
I
the
mean,
first state to call the race.
They're on the East Coast.
They also start counting. They count their votes as they come in.
Yeah, as you fucking should. Why
Yeah.
the fuck would you
And
wait?
that includes early voting.
Yeah, well, yeah. Why shouldn't everybody
Right.
do that? Like,
Dude,
this-
there's a
damn
lot
it,
of people, including conservative friends I have, who are like, fuck that, count it all in one day. I don't trust it if you count it early.
Why?
I
mean,
I
just
don't see
count. I think they should count it and publish the results,
same.
right?
Do you think publishing the results before actual voting day would be
Actually,
some sort of...
yeah. You probably couldn't do that because then if your party's down, everybody
It can
can be like,
affect
hey,
turnout.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why would you not want that? You want as many people to vote as possible, right?
No, because then you're trying to go for one side and you can really start loading up buses and
Well,
shit.
it could dissuade someone from voting.
Yes.
as
Because
well
if
as
somebody's
it could
two up as well.
as well as it could get someone out to vote.
Yeah, because like California, for example, when I voted there, you know what it's going to be every fucking time. So you're like, am I going to bother? If there's a long line,
Well,
I'm not going to do it.
so the interesting part about this is Kerry Lake, Blake Masters, and the RNC have all sued Maricopa County now about the voting machines, and here's why. So they had all sorts of additional issues. One polling station ran out of ballots entirely, and here's something that we learned this election cycle, which I didn't previously know. If you go, at least in Arizona, if you go and check in at the place to vote and their machines are fucked up and can't count your shit, or you have to leave and go to a different place, you've already checked in now, so then you have to cast a provisional ballot somewhere else, and the chances of that getting counted are not high, apparently, right? That's going to be part of this lawsuit.
Okay.
It's that people showed up to vote, couldn't right then, so they had to go somewhere else, or they had to fucking come back later, or whatever the fuck, and their votes are now probably not going to register. And it's...
What do you do here? Because this could decide the Senate.
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know.
When provisionals get triggered, what if it's within a certain?
Yeah.
It's a margin, but I don't know what the margin is in Arizona, do you?
Is it when the margin exceeds the provisional ballots?
I don't know. It's probably within 1%, to
Yeah,
be
it's
honest.
something
Yeah.
weird like
I think
that.
most states, like most local and statewide elections, have like a sub 1% runoff situation, right? Like if you don't win by more than 1%, it's an automatic, not runoff, but an automatic recount.
Right.
So that's probably what it is. Now, this makes Georgia particularly interesting to me because
Same.
I think what I've been reading from the Washington Post says Blake Masters actually has a pretty good chance of winning.
Same. Yep.
We'll see about that. I doubt it, frankly, because the Democrats will never let that happen. But you can be sure the RNC is going to throw everything they have at Warnock and Walker, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm looking at Arizona now. So as of right now, we're live at 2:37 p.m. Central Time. 70% is in, and that's it. They're still missing 30% in Arizona. The reason why this is a massive deal, if you can drag this out, is exactly what you said with Herschel Walker. If Masters wins the Senate in Arizona, and if Nevada this guy holds in Nevada, what's their count at in Nevada? Do you know?
83.
83. Okay. So if those two hold, right, then Republicans would have 51 to 49, right? Mm-hmm. At that point, because you'd have the majority, do you do anything for Herschel Walker?
It wouldn't.
To try to go 52-48?
I would. Yeah, I mean, they got to do something, right? So it's going to be a question of who.
Well, it's a lot of money. You're going to have to dump a lot of money into the state of Georgia.
The RNC's got plenty of money. That's not a problem. Yeah, I don't know who. It's less about the money, in my opinion. Like, yeah, both sides will spend money to raise awareness about the fact that there is a vote, but the real problem is going to be who gets the votes of that asshole libertarian, right?
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
You never know with libertarian people. Some might have a lot of libertarians just don't like Trump at all. So Walker being a Trump guy, but might turn him off. Who knows, right? Like the presumption is that they're conservative leaning, but I don't know. So what personalities are going to send to Georgia? because Trump doesn't look so popular all of a sudden. So does it make sense for him to go there and help? Because I don't know that would be helpful.
No, I don't think it does. And I think if you're Walker, you don't want that. I think the best outcome would be to have these results within a month. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but who knows at this point with Arizona. If you have these 2 results and you win the Senate, the other part of this is, do you want Herschel Walker being the face of the Republican Party for the next month while they jam that in everybody's faces of look at how crazy these fucking people are? I know Warnock's a piece of shit and he's fucking crazy as well, but I don't think Democrats really give a shit after electing Fetterman and going all in with Oprah and Barack and all those guys for a guy who's brain dead.
Well, you know Obama's going to be in Georgia campaigning for Warnock. He's the only one that can do it.
Yes.
Nobody else is liked enough to be a needle mover for them.
Yeah, I mean, because the Republican governor won, Kemp. So, yeah, I don't think Biden would help out in the state of Georgia.
No.
You're right. I think it would have to be Obama. And if memory serves me correctly, I think maybe 10 days ago, Bob, he was in Atlanta campaigning down there for Warnock. Obama was. But you can,
I believe that's accurate.
Yeah. So, yeah, he would go back probably. Oprah has a huge bond with Tyler Perry. I'm sure they would round up some support and money and all that stuff. She went all in for Stacey Abrams via Zoom.
Who's that?
Oprah.
Oh, yeah.
Oprah. The 2 candidates she endorsed, actually, she picked Fetterman. She's 1-1. But who was the other big fucking loser? Oh, Beto. I don't know if she endorsed Beto or not. But, yeah, I think that's what you're left with there. For me personally, just voting Republican and all that shit, I would rather see Masters win in Arizona, the guy in Nevada win, and then just kind of throw the Herschel Walker thing aside and kind of move on.
They're not going to do that, though, right? Like it's a bad look not to put your full effort into that. It doesn't look good. You can't do that.
I wonder. There's
nothing to wonder. You cannot do that.
If you're trying to change the face of your party, like we talked about yesterday, and going in for DeSantis, I would hold money back. Didn't they hold money back before? Was it McConnell?
I don't. McConnell spends more money than Trump does. Is what he said.
Yeah,
quite a bit more money.
Okay,
but I like you. Here's what you do. You don't fucking have Herschel Walker out there on the stump talking the whole time. You have surrogates talking for him. You have Tim Scott out there, like talking about how
That's right. Tim Scott just won in South Carolina. Yeah, he could hop on over the border.
You have him over there talking about how the Democrats have never done shit for Black America, right? And how some actual black people that are on the conservative side that are trying to help. I mean, this is just from a policy and campaign strategy standpoint. This is what they should be doing. Walker doesn't have to be the face, though.
Run, Herschel, run. When's the SEC championship?
Oh my God, it'd be like the same weekend.
I think it is, right?
It's December 10th, isn't it?
No, I think it's
is it the weekend
6th.
before the...
I think it's the weekend before.
Yeah.
It's weekend before Army Navy.
Yeah, it's December 3rd.
So what do we got?
Because
if Georgia wins the SEC championship...
December 3rd. It is 3 fucking days, I think, before that.
Let's go. There we go. Herschel wins then. Herschel wins.
And
you don't have to do any campaigning. Georgia Bulldogs have to win the game, and that's it.
The SEC championship is in Atlanta?
It's always in Atlanta.
It's always in Atlanta, the SEC championship, yeah.
So, yeah, he should definitely go to that game.
Fuck yes. And be on the sidelines.
Them dogs as hell, don't they?
Because Georgia goes to the CFP if they win that game, and they finish the season number 1.
They go either way.
Yeah, they could lose and still.
I know, but
they're not going to lose.
In the race for Senate, they need to win for Herschel. Look, Herschel did a lot for them. The last national championship they won before last year was all the way back when Herschel won, and he did that for them. He won them a Heisman Trophy, and I think he needs to do the coin toss. I think he even needs to wrestle with the dog during halftime a little bit, kind of roll around on the turf out there.
I don't know. That might drum up images of Michael Vick.
There's nothing wrong with joshing a little dog, you know?
If I had to guess what happens on the Herschel Walker campaign, I would imagine a great deal of it is spent getting him to stop wrestling random dogs he finds.
Maybe. We'll find out.
Is there a fucking rehab for that sort of thing? I don't know how that works.
I think so. I think there's like a dog
I just
rehab.
think he likes to play with dogs. You
think so?
Just sees a dog, jumps off his bus, wants to run around with it.
I understand that. And every white woman that can hear the sound of your voice right now understands that as well.
Yeah, we sure do. Well, how do you think that? But beyond that, let's throw Arizona and Nevada out the window. Who do you think wins Georgia now that this independent candidate is not there?
I have no idea. Honestly,
I don't either.
No idea. I don't know yet what kind of effort the Republicans are going to put in, what surrogates they're going to send down there.
I have an update.
I don't know if Tim Scott really wants to get involved in that. To be honest.
I don't know. I don't either.
He's planning what I assume is going to be a vice presidential run in 24.
So that's the big question too. Is like who wants to be seen next to Herschel Walker?
And that's what I'm saying. If you win Arizona and Nevada, just let that state go, and then whatever happens, happens. God will take the wheel. Jesus will take the wheel. What's your update here? What do we got?
This is the Libertarian candidate from Georgia.
So
Come on.
might not be.
Come on, man.
That's an interesting flag. He's got a fucking "Don't Tread on Me" rainbow flag.
So he's a gay man who also cares about guns.
He may just be a fucking a really nice ally of the LGBTQIA+.
Well, look at his outfit. Would you say that he is? Hang on, Bob. Pop that picture up one more time.
No, because
is he the one with the big hair?
Based on no.
Okay.
Based on
Just
the
double checking.
shorts and shoes, I would say he's probably not gay.
Do you go straight or gay on that one? I go gay, man. What's his name?
Based on the hair, shorts, and
Chase
shoes,
Oliver?
I would say he's not gay. But let's look it up.
He's got no socks on.
Yeah. This is from the Oklahoma Libertarian
say.
Party, who captioned this: Georgia Republicans seriously claiming this guy stole their votes.
Yeah. Look up. Does his sexuality on there? I'm sure he's got some pronouns in his bio. Go to
Yeah, he's gay.
Chase Oliver.
He
He
des-
is gay.
He,
Okay,
he
go ahead.
describes himself as armed and gay. So very little chance.
I respect it.
There are a lot.
respect
There are a
it.
lot of people like Bob just said, and this post here is like, oh, Republicans think this guy's votes are coming back to them. Republicans or people that are going to go on to the gun debate side are definitely going to be a lot harder about that issue. You know what I mean?
Right.
Than they are about any of this other stuff going on.
Armed and gay, dude.
Yeah.
That'll play. You know?
I love that.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good slogan, actually. No wonder he got so many fucking votes. Jesus, that's a lot.
That's quite a bit.
2% is you got to go out of your way.
Yeah.
For that to actually pull that off. That's fucking hilarious. He looks like a young guy. How old is this dude? Looks like a little boy.
He is. Let's see. Gotta switch computers here. He is 37.
Okay.
Looks good.
Yeah, it looks good. Looks like he fucks hard. Breathes hard and fucks tough. And he votes. And obviously he's armed and gay. So good for him. I'm sorry he's out of the race now. But it's down to 2. Do you want the crazy gospel preacher? Or do you want the superstar running back who won you a national championship, Georgia? It's my home state. You guys make the choice.
Yeah, I don't care.
You guys make the choice. Hopefully this is over, though, with Arizona and all that shit. Did they give you any updates on when they're going to fucking finish this counting? Like,
I saw one on Twitter about 10 minutes ago, interviewing the Maricopa County Commissioner, something like that.
okay.
Early next week to count the
You're fucking kidding me.
500,000 to 700,000 outstanding ballots, I believe.
Is it just one old lady who's counting by herself in a room, or she's taking bathroom
She's
breaks?
using a goddamn abacus or some shit. Like, what the fuck, man?
Have her fucking dipe up and then, just sit in a room until she figures it out.
And then have Ben Stiller run the chain gang, the old elderly
yes.
chain gang.
That's exactly.
You will go to sleep or I will put you to sleep.
Yep.
You're in my world now, Grandma. Count those fucking votes, bitch.
Man, early next week. And there's no reason for that?
Get Linda Paulson out there. She's a
know.
go-getter. She'll count everything.
She almost won. Linda Paulson
She did
almost
not
won.
almost win.
She got 43%, right? It's not bad
I don't
for a
remember.
rapping granny that we've never heard of.
She got like 5,000 votes, whatever that was.
What did Itkiss end up with, by the way?
Quite a bit less.
Our favorite porn star.
Quite a bit less than that.
Well, let's see if he broke 4 figs.
And also probably an official reprimand from the military since he's
Well,
still technically a reserve officer.
we did push his porn video on Pornhub over 1 million views. And they did reach out to us. And we were trying to get him on the show, but obviously he was busy that night. Voting and then probably porking.
Yeah, he was filming part 2,
I mean, at this point, you got to capitalize on it, right?
The Revenge of Dong.
Yeah, the Revenge of Dong. What do we got there, Bob?
Itkiss ended with 583 votes.
Great.
Wow, he kind of just hit a wall.
583. What was the winner at?
186,000.
But the last time we looked, he was at like 580.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hit a wall
Actually,
there.
still only 91% of the vote in New York's 12th district.
He hit a wall in the bedroom too, though, so it makes sense.
That back wall.
Yeah, but there was
He
nothing
wasn't
on
hitting
those
that
walls.
wall. He was not reaching that wall.
He was hitting those sugar walls, Sorry you lost, but it was a beautiful campaign video that we all loved. We all had a fun time. And he got to fuck a porn star, You think that's what it was? He was just like, man, I'm just going to run for office so I can bang a porn star.
Well, here's the really interesting rub in that whole situation. I'm yeah, of course. I'm assuming he used campaign funds to pay her to make that video, right?
Yes.
Which is certainly not the first time somebody running for political offices used money to buy a prostitute, but maybe the first time it was filmed and published.
Yeah.
Am I right about that? You're the ones doing the fucking porn.
Certainly
reviews.
self-published.
Yeah.
Oof.
So,
man. Well, look, he'll always have that video. He can go back one day, show his grandkids, his great grandkids. This is when your grandpa ran for office.
Yeah, I guess.
Wasn't that the whole Hamilton controversy?
What, that he was banging everybody?
Well, he had a prostitute essentially,
No, he got blackmailed. He was just banging that chick for freezies, but then he got blackmailed by her
the
husband.
concern was he was using government money.
Probably.
To pay off the husband.
But he was banging, he was banging a married chick. And then he paid off the husband using government funds. But
he was married.
He also tried to foment insurrection between the generals in the U.S. Army or U.S. military and Congress. So
that's sweet.
It's like that probably, the hooker thing, whatever, man.
Yeah, who gives a shit
about that?
That's how Springer got popped. Jerry Springer is the mayor of Cincinnati. He wrote a check to that prostitute.
Well, he wrote a check that bounced. That was the problem.
Well, if it would have went through, do you think there would have been issues or
no?
Okay.
The same thing with the Secret Service guys in Colombia a couple years ago, or Brazil. I think it was
it was a bounce check that got him?
May have been Brazil. Yeah. Jerry Springer, yeah.
No, I know. Oh, okay. Shit.
No. The guys in Brazil just refused to pay, and then the fucking ladies went to the State Department or some shit. Like, hey,
Smart.
your guys are fucking us over. Because prostitution is legal there.
Yeah.
The only law is, there's some laws, but the main law is that in the resort areas, you have to check your prostitute into the hotel at the front desk, and then at 5 a.m. they come round them up and get them the fuck out of there.
Really?
Yeah. Because they don't want the kids coming out early the next morning and seeing a bunch of whores walking around.
So do you get to keep the prostitute then for 5-6 hours?
Yeah.
Wow.
They just got to be out early.
Yeah, that's the only rule is that they got to get the fuck out of the resort before 5 a.m.
So is it a day fee? How does that work out down there? There's a buddy of mine who went down there for a bachelor party.
I'm sure it's hourly, but that's the problem. So it's a legal service there. So if you take advantage of it and then don't pay, you've stolen.
Right.
And
You've
the
dined
government
and dashed.
and the government isn't getting its money.
The
government isn't getting either its payoffs or its tax revenue, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they're going to come fuck with you. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
And also, by the way, this is not a prostitute in a nice place in Nevada or whatever. Even the nice ones in Brazil, they're gonna be pretty cheap. Compared to American anything.
Yeah, and just the value of our respective currencies.
So these guys were like, I'm not giving you $50 or whatever the fuck, $100.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Just unnecessary risk is what that is.
Just pay the prostitutes and get out of the fucking bedroom. You're good to go.
And also don't, take advantage of people like that.
Yeah. If they gave it all they had inside the bedroom that night, give them the $50.
And here's my real problem with it, I guess. It's that now we have the reputation of people who don't pay. So I've got to pay up front.
Yep.
Which means if I want more shit in the moment, right?
Yeah.
And this is an upsell opportunity for her as well because I'm all tuned up.
Of course.
So she's like, hey, you want this inside you? I'm like, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
She goes, well, that's an extra $100. I'm like, fuck, go get my wallet.
Yeah.
And then it's a whole pause. No, that shit needs to happen rapidly.
Right.
So my experience
You don't
is
wanna
more
break
like a poker table or a blackjack table where you have to put all your money on the counter.
Yeah.
And then she collects it after.
You can't reload from your own pocket onto the table. You got to reload in a different way.
Might just be like a down payment situation.
Maybe,
And
yeah.
you need to hide your wallet because if you lay out all your money, then they're going to go for all of it, right? So
why
you got to
keep some
kind of, you got to hide some and then go back and then hide some and go back. And we understand that. And if you're out there, by the way, and you're trying to have sex with a Brazilian prostitute, you might as well do it on a GoSped from GoSped.com/drinking bros. Come on now. 40% off that bundle package, dog. That's the adjustable base and the mattress combined together. Be a great place to fuck a prostitute, I'm married. I don't get to do that shit anymore. But
Well,
damn it, man.
tell Ghostbed to call up Brazil.
No.
And there's a specific place that Justin Bieber frequents in Rio de Janeiro
You're kidding.
called Centauros.
Okay, pull up pictures of Centauros real quick while I read the rest of this ad, because maybe we can ship them down some ghost beds and then have sex in luxury. You know, that'd be nice. They don't have to be a cheap prosty. You know, all the way. Like, you can have a cheap prostitute, but you can have sex with them on a luxurious mattress, and that'll kind of class it up a little bit. That's the adjustable base and the mattress combined together. 40% off on that. Remote control, vibrates the whole bed if you want it to, lights up if you want to see her, if you want to see your prostitute on top of you, which, you know, that's a fun thing. And then you get 30% off right now, a mattress, and you get 2 free pillows with the mattress at 30% off. The pillows are free. Mattress you get 30% off of. Then you can go through the rest of the store, look at the sheets, the weighted blankets, the cover, all that stuff. Type in the promo code Drinkin' Bros at checkout. That'll get you 30% off everything in the entire store. Or if you just want the adjustable base, you can get 30% off that as well. Drinkin' Bros, checkout. Scroll down to the bottom of the page. You'll see a 60-month pay-as-you-go program at no interest, as long as you have decent credit there at ghostbed.com/Drinkin' Bros. You click that box, and all the deals become applicable with that. You can walk out of there with a brand new bedroom set for about $25 a month. Head on over to ghostbed.com/Drinkin' Bros. Today, let's see this city, the Sex Palace.
So this is a picture of it from the street.
Okay, now what is this?
Centauros. It's a brothel in Rio de Janeiro.
Really? Okay, let's go full screen so we can see this here. And this is obviously for science. You know,
Yeah.
we got to know this for science. It looks like a nice place. It
Yeah.
looks like a Hollywood nightclub.
Well, here's Justin Bieber. Man,
No-
these websites are dog shit.
no
Here's
free
Justin
ads.
Bieber leaving the brothel under a bedsheet while paparazzi tries to film him.
No way.
And I believe I wrote a story on this. I'm trying to find it back in the day, but he was like Snapchatting selfies in bed with a hooker from Centauros. This was like in his prime, like going 100 in Miami in his fucking Ferrari days. You know what I mean?
Sure. My question is, with Bieber, he's such a small guy. Why not just wrap him up in the blanket and kind of throw it over your shoulder and then firemen carry him out of there?
Right.
This seems dangerous right there. Like, he definitely tripped over that bed sheet. But if you're Bieber, that's a big baller move. Are those the prostitutes in the back?
Yeah, so he left
great.
with them. He wanted to go back to his place.
Well, they look young.
Well,
Well, he was young, I guess, right?
yeah.
But let's
He was
go-
honestly probably like 18, 19
Damn,
max.
dude.
This is in 2013.
Damn. Okay, so shit. They were
He's
probably
pretty young, yeah.
All right.
They were in junior high together.
Damn it, man. Look at that. Bieber. Everybody asks if money will make your life better. Yes, it will. That's your answer right there. You can go to Centauros, Brazil, and have 2 bodyguards throw a bed sheet over your head, and you're not going to be accused of being a Klan member.
How do you? Maybe he was. Maybe they were doing something Jewish in there.
Oh, you think he cut a hole through it and fucked him?
It's possible. I don't know what it says about hookers in the whole.
You know what's weird is, like, he was famous at such a young age. He was like 14, I think, when he got his first hit. He was probably bored with sex already by 18 years old, and maybe he was going that route.
Yeah.
Or he was like, fuck, let's throw in another religion in the bedroom, you know? See if I can fuck these Brazilians.
Well, I mean, we have. We'll co-opt other stuff, right? So we eat other ethnic foods, Italian, Mexican, Ethiopian foods, getting pretty popular here in the States, stuff like that. We do the same thing with music. We steal each other's fashion designs. Why not the way each other fucks? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It seems reasonable to me.
I think so. It's probably a kink if you look hard enough.
Well, it's like, you know, if you really want to reconnect spiritually, you know, and you're not religious, maybe have some Muslim sex.
Maybe.
I don't know what that is, but
Me neither.
I mean, it's probably sex with like fucking 12-year-old boys, to be
Oh,
honest.
boy.
So maybe not that
No,
one.
let's not do that today.
Maybe not that one. But you could make the girl wear a burqa or something.
Sure.
And if you can't find one of those, just get a beekeeper costume, because that's essentially what it is.
Do you think that's why Iran keeps the women wrapped up, because they don't want to know? Because I would imagine that's a mystery,
that
like
is-
Price is Right.
that
Where it's
is-
like it's either
yeah.
going to be a 10 or a 4.
Yes, that is the purpose of all of those stupid things that they wear. Is
Really?
It's because the woman doesn't have the right to tempt the man.
Yeah.
Right? That's why.
And look, you need that in Iran.
Oof. Bob, you dug deep for that photo.
No, that was the first one that popped up.
Was it
probably,
really?
yeah.
Son of a bitch. That's what's underneath there?
Well, this is a good segue, actually, because
Sure.
we have
there's plenty of like really good-looking Persian women.
Yeah, there are.
There are.
Put that picture back up. This is a really good segue into the Miss Greater Dairy 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're listening to the show, chances are you're questioning reality right now.
Sure am.
Especially over the last few years. Record inflation, disastrous foreign policy, an invasion at our southern border, and unconstitutional collusion between the federal government and tech companies all make those things understandable.
Sure do.
But wait, there's more. Billy Mays here. So a man has become the first transgender title holder within the Miss America organization after being crowned Miss Greater Dairy 2023 in a beauty pageant Sunday in Derry, New Hampshire. As the winner of Sunday night's pageant, Brian Nguyen will be the recipient of Miss Greater Dairy Scholarship Award along with the crown and title. This motherfucker didn't even change his name to a girl name.
No, it's still Brian, huh?
This is...
Oh, fuck. Dude, people have been sending me this, and I'm like, why do you keep sending me this? Son of a bitch, dude. That's Bry Guy?
Put that other picture up.
That's Brian. Oh, my God. That looks like Manti Te'o's girlfriend. So that's what I thought Manti Te'o... I thought they were just sending me. I was like, dude, I've seen that doc like 2 months ago on Netflix.
Oh, man.
No fucking way is this going down. Look at all those white girls in Wisconsin. Oh, no. Do not watch the video on YouTube. Oh, no, dude. What is going on? Don't look at that pic. Who snapped that and put that out in public, dude? I just ate like 15 minutes.
Here's
the show.
The dude's grandma right here.
That's not real. Is it? Oh, fuck, dude.
No, this is some circus freak.
Oh, man. What's going on anymore? I'm gonna lean back in the chair today and just look at this.
Brian posted on Instagram yesterday, in the 100-year history of Miss America, I've officially become the first transgender title holder within the Miss America organization. So if you thought that all this stuff that's been going on is a blip, remember what I've been telling you for 3 years now. This is the Hunger Games, and America is the motherfucking capital of the Hunger Games. Yeah. It's not even just the liberal areas in America anymore. It's all of America is now the capital and the Hunger Games. That's what it is. And we're going to fucking get control of the rest of the world. Donald Sutherland's involved somehow. I'm not really sure how that's going to work out. Kiefer, not involved. No. He's a good dude.
No, he's a good dude. Pop up that pic one more time. Are the girls smiling in that photo? Because the other girls in the national championship weren't against Leah Thomas. Are they? They look all happy to be there. And
I can't see anything other than this fucking mess on the right. Jesus Christ, dude.
They're all smiling. Actually, I have a question that's kind of interesting. Why is this like fucking 11-year-old in this?
Well, it's Miss Dairy, Greater Miss Dairy.
Yeah, but this is to decide like this hunk of meat right here.
Sure.
And whatever the fuck is going on downstairs will go to compete for Miss New Hampshire and then Miss America. And I can't wait for Miss New Hampshire now. Actually, I think I might attend that.
This is fucking.
We need to send Primetime Stein up to the Miss New Hampshire contest.
Yeah, Kip Knuth, you brought in some tequila. I know I said I'll wait to the end of the show. Just give me a bottle right now. I'm just gonna take a shot. Is this fucking real? This is why it's called fake news, man. This is fucking real. What? How old is this?
19.
How old is Brian?
19.
The other girl looks like she's fucking 6.
Well, I think you qualify technically if you're over 15 or some shit, or 13. I don't remember what it is.
Okay.
It's just not common to see super young people win it.
Kip, did you bring us some Don Julio here in 1942? You son of a bitch.
He likes that because the bottle fits in your asshole. Probably.
Well, and that's fine. Look, it's you need something to get you through the days, because if you're watching this goddamn thing, I want to see the whole televised thing of this now, because now if you're on these state pageants, you get to go and do all the things: bathing suits, glamour wear, talents. So what's the talent of Brian?
It's funny you ask.
Why do you know? Is it playing the flute?
No, it's not.
Fuck. Okay.
So Brian helicoptered his dick around.
There's no way that's real.
That's what it says right here. I mean, it's a note that I typed for myself, but it says it.
If you can do something that no one else on stage can do, you're more talented than them.
Fuck, dude.
Fair enough, yeah.
I mean, I don't drink tequila this early in the day either, and I just did.
That's actually not believable. The helicopter, because he's an Asian. And
yeah,
there's
that's
no
true.
helicoptering.
No. There's just so many better looking transgender.
Let's see that one.
pageants.
Is that another pic of Brian? Let's see that. Pop that up there. What the fuck, bro? This is. What's with the resting bitch face on
Hi,
Brian?
fellas, I'm ready to fudge.
Yeah.
It looks like fucking. Oh my god!
I believe I can fry.
She's frying up bacon.
I believe what? That's what. Doesn't it look like a
Looks
cook
like
or a chef?
Exactly what that person would say.
She's frying up bacon, dude, or he, or whatever. I don't. Brian, like when you can't even. When you're so lazy, you can't even change your name for this fucking thing. You're just like, well, shit. Let's just sign up. Did you get your name changed? No, I haven't got around to that yet. Let's just put Brian down.
Yeah,
there.
this is basically The Ringer. You just put a helmet on and pretend to be a retard.
But it would be like putting you in a dress and saying, well, it's Dan. He's running today for Miss Texas.
Maybe
And if
I
Dan
will.
identified that way, then
So what do we got here? Did they lop off the dong or any fun things? Or is it just like...
Doubtful by 19, this person has had his dick cut off. And I won't say bottom surgery because that's a euphemism. It's getting your dick cut off. And top surgery is cutting little girls' titties off. That's
Right,
what that is.
right.
Let's just say what things are. Stop trying to dampen down the fucking chaos that's happening right now. Bottom surgery. That's a really fucking heinous thing to say.
Bottom surgery?
Do not participate in the fucking language that these lunatics want you to. Call it exactly what it is.
You're getting your fucking ding-dong lopped off, dude. That's nuts. That is fucking nuts, dude. Miss Greater Dairy 2023. We're not even in 2023.
Well, no, that's
doing this shit in the future.
So Brian will be competing in 2023.
No, I understand.
For Miss
that,
New
but
Hampshire
like,
and then
God
for Miss America.
Damn it, dude. And Miss. Well, they got it. So let's say that he wins and goes into. Wouldn't you just shut down the Miss America pageant altogether then? Because if you noticed,
No. So somebody bought the Miss America pageant, and the person is a trans person, I believe.
Who owns it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Right, Bob? Didn't we talk about that like 2 weeks ago?
Well, I know.
Well, there's like 3 of them. So
No.
the pageant was owned by
Miss
Trump.
America.
Oh, that's Miss Universe. I'm sorry.
That's Miss
Fuck,
Universe.
man.
Yeah.
Let me see who.
So there's
Yeah,
Miss Universe, Miss America.
Oh, I'm sorry. So Miss Universe is the one.
Yeah.
Transgender businesswoman buys Miss Universe pageant for $20 million.
Perfect.
Yeah, Miss America is the more buttoned up one.
How could it not be worth more than $20 million?
TV rights. So what happened was over the years they'll go by ratings, and it just kept going down and down and down. And so they were like, "Hey, we got to put this online." So I
Well,
think
this is definitely going to fucking help.
Could you imagine?
Because
dude?
have you seen how like all the woke media stuff is doing so well?
Yeah, it's doing great.
Yeah, but somehow like these are good tests, and maybe we need a better like a more broad research of this, but. Consumer activity is usually a good predictor of votes, right? So and that's why 80% of people on in any given election year vote because of the economy. So when you see all this woke retard bullshit not getting watched, nobody's watching late night comedy anymore. Nobody's watching the fucking super left stuff anymore.
Right.
Even on cable news, they're not watching it. So. Then I look at the voter returns, and it honestly doesn't make sense to me.
I don't get it either.
I mean, I guess it does in the way that we discussed yesterday with Sean Lake, that people don't understand federalism, the system of government that we're in. Everybody that was butthurt about Roe v. Wade, it's like, all right, cool, now it's a state's issue. That's how it's supposed to work, bud. And electing somebody to federal Senate doesn't do a goddamn thing about that.
Not Senate, but governor does.
Governor, sure.
Yeah.
But in Georgia, Brian Kemp won pretty easily.
I know,
Herschel
but
Walker is not winning.
But in fucking Pennsylvania, it was a Democratic governor as well.
But Georgia is the one that's the outlier. Like the Democrat on both sides won there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So it's just people are fucking stupid. Like if people in Georgia, it's not abortion that they're voting for, it can't be. Because they wouldn't have elected the Republican governor.
Right. Well, I think he came out and said he was going to keep it the way it was. And I know DeSantis did as well. So.
Yeah, you mean the way it's been for like 60 fucking years?
Yeah. Yeah.
The fuck, man.
Yeah, so it's gonna get crazy, but this one I would tune into. I would tune in to see Bry Guy up there.
I'm definitely gonna watch this, and to be honest, if I have the opportunity to go up there, I don't know if I'll ever go to New Hampshire or if there's any reason to.
Yeah.
But if there was ever any reason to, it would be this one right here, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna have that face on a T-shirt, and I'm not gonna say a word to anybody. I'm just gonna stand there.
Where are you going to dinner beforehand?
I'll probably eat in my room, to be honest.
You're not going to Benihana's or anything?
No, I don't think I'm allowed.
Just checking. No reason whatsoever unless you're watching the video show. Next up, we got expressvpn.com/drinkinbros. Protect your digital butthole, kids. They're out there, all right? They're out there. They're everywhere. They're trying to steal your data. Don't let them. You got to get a VPN that runs seamlessly in the background of your laptops, iPhones, iPads, all your electronics. expressvpn.com/drinkinbros is where you get that. It also allows you to break into Netflixes around the world. And it's actually on the copy, so I get to say that out loud. Usually a company would flip off about that. They would flip out about it, I should say. And they said, no, this is it. This is it, bro. You can actually get different Netflixes from all over the world with a VPN. It's great. How does it unblock content? You might ask. Well, ExpressVPN lets you change your online location so you can control where you want Netflix to think you're located, which is rad. They have almost 100 different server locations so you can gain access to thousands of new shows. This works with many other streaming services too, like BBC iPlayer, YouTube, and more. Now, why is YouTube a big deal? Well, YouTube TV. So I have it. I love YouTube TV. But when I go to a different state, and if I'm there for more than, I think, 4 or 5 days, it asks you on the thing of like, hey, is this your new location? Did you move there? Change your zip code, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to do any of that bullshit with this. It's great. Huge fan. We've had these guys for 4 years now, I think. It's amazing. Why should you choose these guys over other VPNs? They've got faster speeds. All their HD is lightning quick, and I haven't had any buffering issues with these guys ever. And it's compatible, like I said, with all your devices. So phones, laptops, media consoles, smart TVs, everything. It also encrypts your data. So ExpressVPN has the added benefit of encrypting your data so that you can browse the web securely. So be smart. Stop paying full price for streaming services and only getting access to a fraction of their content. Get your money's worth at expressvpn.com/drinkinbros. And don't forget to use the link in the audio description, expressvpn.com/drinkinbros, to get an extra 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. Love these guys. I don't even think about it. It's just been in the back of all my shit for years. Next up, this Arizona lawsuit that you said was going on right now. I do want to point out, because some listeners are saying the same thing, Fetterman as well filed a lawsuit, I think the morning of the election in Pennsylvania as well.
Yeah, because they want to be able to count votes that are turned in all the way up to November the 14th, which I don't know what the fuck the legal basis for that would be.
So because of that, looking ahead, 4 days is Monday. That is November 14th. Is that why they're saying Arizona's results won't be done till next week?
What is it? I don't see.
Today's the 10th. So that 4 days now puts that on Monday, according to Bob's timeline that you said earlier, Bob.
I think that's a coincidence. I don't think the two are related.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would they be?
It's not the same rule in every state?
No, each state gets to decide how they perform elections.
Really?
Yeah. With certain, like, there's a law, I can't remember what it is called, but there's a law where the federal government, if they see that there's no law for incompetence or even for intentional negligence, but there's a law for discrimination. So if they're like people's voting practices seem discriminatory, the Federal Election Commission has the right to go down and monitor people's elections, and they can't change rules without. You get basically put on probation. You can't change rules without the permission of the federal government. It happened in Alabama.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because right now it feels like we're all being held hostage by all this shit, and I also noticed, like on like the Biden campaign, nobody's spiked the football yet on that side either, because everybody's kind of waiting.
Yeah, well, they don't know. There's this Blake Masters, Mark Kelly situation, the Nevada situation, the Georgia situation, there's no football to be spiked.
No.
Although Biden did say this was a win for democracy. I don't know what the fuck that means. I mean, a win for democracy.
I would say a win for democracy if they tallied all the votes in the same night. But we're not even fucking close.
Yeah, a win for democracy would be an efficiently run election.
Yeah. Knowing that it's going to happen the same week that it happens every single year in the history of our country.
Yeah, and the same place.
Every time.
Keeps having the same fucking problems, and the result at the end is the same, which is typically Republicans losing.
Right.
So whether or not something nefarious is going on, it sure as shit looks like it is, right?
And everybody else thinks it is too. Yeah. Even the guys that we had come in here earlier, they were like, hey, dude, I think this is fraud, and I think they're cheating. I was like, that's the first thing everybody's going to think when you see shit like this. So it's not great. We'll find out there. Next up, the most expensive losers in politics. Well, I think you know who those are off the top of your dome, but in case you don't, refresh your memory here. We'll jog it a little bit. Democrats spent nearly $200 million on perennial losers Robert O'Rourke, a.k.a. Beto.
Beto, my little Beto.
And Stacey Abrams, money that failed to make. She was running for governor. He was running for Senate. Governor. Or no, he was running for governor too. That's right. This motherfucker's ran so many times. This is the third time he's lost.
So for 3, yeah.
Congress, governor, and senator, right?
No, he won his congressional seat.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he was the ones he lost. He lost
Senator, president,
and now.
That's right. He ran for president. It was 1 for 4. He's got a LeBron type record.
Yeah,
in the
now
finals there.
So they both spent about $100 million each on their campaigns, and they were not particularly competitive. I think. Let's see, Stacey Abrams. So the last time I checked, she was down 9 points, and Beto's
11,
down more than 10. So,
and I think Abrams got to 8 point something, whatever. But
the interesting thing about this, well, first, I haven't seen this much money wasted since Kyler Murray and Russ Wilson. Right,
nailed it.
2. It's interesting that $25 million from the Stacey Abrams campaign was actually spent on her food.
Yeah, it sure was.
Which is a lot in like a 3-month period.
Well, it's Golden Corral.
Yeah.
You know, she wants to get her money's worth, and she keeps going back.
They've got a policy that you're not allowed to take food home with you, right? Because it's a buffet, and she just keeps taking food home. And
I think they stop you after your 8th plate too.
She's been fined numerous times.
Yeah. My God, that's a lot of money. Because O'Rourke here raised $77 million, spent $72 million as of October 29th. He trailed wheelchair Greg Abbott, who won by more than 10 points. And that was called pretty early in the evening here. That was one of the first races we called that. And Florida. So that was pretty fucking easy. Texas is the second biggest state in the goddamn country, and we had the votes in. Shocking. So Abrams and O'Rourke's eye-popping fundraising hauls came despite their status as high-profile losers. Oprah also endorsed her, but Abrams lost to Kemp by 1.5 points in 2018. She was like, you know what? That was stolen. It was rigged. Sure wasn't. You ran again 4 years later, and you got absolutely stomped in this. O'Rourke, he's just said most of the time that he was just born to be in politics.
Yeah, he actually said that.
Yeah, I did. That's a real quote.
I mean, goddamn, dude. Why would you say something like that out loud?
You know, I don't really know. I think the way he views himself is like a young JFK, like a Kennedy, and he's definitely not. And so, what do you do now? Can you ever run again, or is his career totally done?
Well, he said if he during the 2020 presidential campaign that if he didn't get the Democratic nomination, he would never run for anything ever again.
So that was a lie.
Well, he's a cunt, right?
Yeah.
He's a politician, and they're all cunts.
Yeah.
Your favorite politician at home? Cunt. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, he's going to run. He'll run for something else probably. I don't know what. He might go back to El Paso and run for Congress again. But he can't.
There's an incumbent there right now who's a Democrat, and
who knows?
Like that his district is not a difficult district to win for Democrats.
Is it El Paso?
Yeah, and it's so like there's this huge fucking giant West Texas district, and then right tucked away in the tiny little corner is the El Paso district, because obviously it's a city and it's full of fucking people. So he has this tiny little district by geography in the West Texas corner that he, I think, had 1 or 2 terms in.
Man, he's got to be done at this point. Otherwise, he's just not going to get funding.
No.
Who's going to keep funding this guy?
Well, he's got quite a bit in his war chest, I would imagine, right now. But he's basically David Hogg all grown up. That's who he is. Yeah. Like, he has no discernible skills. Everything he says is fucking stupid. Like, he's basically like reading off the inside of a liberal Snapple bottle, posting it on Twitter, and fucking spiking the football. I got you this time, fucking magtards, or whatever the fuck they say. He is a fucking moron.
Yeah.
So I don't know what he's gonna do now. He'll definitely try to do something though. Maybe he'll run for mayor of El Paso.
I don't know. Is that even possible?
Or
Wasn't his dad mayor?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the more likely scenario is that he goes to the DNC and works for them and does like fundraising and shit like that.
Maybe. I think Stacey Abrams I think she'll go to CNN. I'm not kidding.
She might. I don't
love
know
her over there. I don't really know why. She's the dumbest person ever. If you hear her talk,
I don't know, and I don't know what CNN's craft services situation is.
If they can afford that, it's a big budget over there, and they're trying to cut.
They basically just keep a feed bag with like fucking hot meat and Doritos in it and strap it on her fat fucking face.
Yeah,
and
just let her go to town.
What a piece of shit.
Go to that Vanity Fair cover. When was this, Bob? This Beto's Choice?
When he was running for president.
Pop it up. Put up full screen. Oh, God. It's like he's fucking Tom Hanks at the end of the beach movie. What was that called? Castaway?
Yeah. He's at those crossroads with his FedEx package.
Is that what he says in this? That I'm at a crossroads in my life for America?
Beto's Choice. I want to be in it, man. I'm just born to be in it.
On the
Photographed
cover?
by Annie Leibovitz.
You know who he?
Of course. I was just going to ask if it was Leibovitz.
You know who he reminds me of is Brutus, like a dude who kind of.
He also looks like the actor from Rome. Who played Brutus.
Yeah, I guess he does. Yeah, a little bit. But just the trajectory of his career. He's just a total loser. Brutus was a loser. Mm-hmm. The guy that killed Julius Caesar.
Yeah, Julius Caesar, yeah.
He was a total pussy and a loser.
Yeah.
But so is Beto.
So is Beto.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking dude.
Oof. And it's worth noting, like, he lost by double digits with 3 of the biggest political gifts I've ever seen anyone get.
Yeah, the energy grid, abortion, and what's the other one?
Uvalde.
Oh, yeah. That's right. No, there was signs all over yards, moms against Abbott because of that.
Yeah, but that was like not that large of a campaign, and Uvalde's 70% Latino.
Either way.
No, I don't mean.
But all over the state. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Suburban white moms aren't the people affecting the elections anymore. It's the fucking 19 or 18 to 28 crowd. That's what's doing it.
Right.
Or 18 to 29, I guess is how they categorize it. But yeah, that's who swung this particular election.
Okay. Well, that's sweet.
Although it wasn't as bad as it was in 2018. In 2018, like, everybody's making a big deal of like, oh, they've programmed our youth. It's finally starting to work. Like, well, there's a 28% gap amongst 18 to 29-year-olds for the Democrats this year. In 2018, the last midterm, it was 35. So there's no evidence that it's getting worse.
Yeah.
And it just is what it is, right? Like, kids are fucking stupid. You probably should not be allowed to vote until you're 30 years old now. Like,
I think go back to owning property.
Yeah.
The 18-year-old that voted for the first 200 years of our country is not the same as the 18-year-old who votes today.
No.
Right?
No,
I think we should raise the legal drinking age. I don't think women should be able to vote.
The suffrage act, you want to put back of them?
Get out.
Yeah.
Free healthcare for dogs.
No, they got to pay copay.
They got to copay it.
But the policy is free, but they pay a copay.
They pay a copay to the owner. Next up, we got Kershaw Knives, dude. Kershaw.com/Drinkin Bros. Dan, you got the knife there right in front of you, dude. Boom.
I've got a couple of them, actually.
Look at the fucking, we got them right in the box there. Yeah. I think I stole that, actually.
Well, I've got
You got one on you?
Yeah.
Boom. Look at that, dude. How fast could you slice somebody's neck open with that?
Pretty goddamn fast. Okay. Yeah.
And that's at Kershaw, kids. Kershaw employs approximately 400 staff in the U.S. headquarters and factory. They're designed, tested, manufactured in the good old U.S. of A. Great knives. They're almost too nice for our show.
Yeah.
I feel like they're too classy.
They are nice.
It's amazing. No matter what somebody's budget is, though, they strive to offer them a value-packed product backed by a limited lifetime warranty, from a $20 Walmart special for someone first starting out, or a $200 USA made automatic, which is what you have. You got the big dog, dude. We offer free replacement parts like a pocket clip, screws for free. All the customer needs to do is fill out a parts request and all that stuff. Go to Kershaw.com/drinkingbros. Let's see this thing real quick. Because I heard they got a ton of fucking rad shit over there. We got the knives sent to us, which was nice, and pop open their site for the kids out in the audience there. Bobby.
Hold on, it's not Kershaw.com.
Oh, it's not Kershaw.com. Okay. Try Kershaw.kiusa.com. Pop open that one. Okay. Because that's the big dog, dude. Big fan of these guys' products, dude. The knives I hid, by the way, during the election show, I didn't want them stolen off my side. So I've got those stashed away. There it is. Boom. Right there. Is it KIUSA.com?
Kershaw.kaiusa.com.
One more time. Say it one more time.
Kershaw, like the pitcher, .kaiusa.com.
Promo code DB20 for 20% off at Kershaw.kaiusa.com. Orders over $100 ship for free there. Huge fans of these guys, and thanks for supporting the show. Check out their site at Kershaw.com, Kershaw.kaiusa.com. It's that time of the week here after that election show. Daddy's trying to get the engines going here. I'm going to need more of this Don Julio here to get through it today. Next up, has DeSantis solidified himself as future of the Republican Party? I think so. Did a show about this yesterday. We think so. Florida governor won by a smashing blowout Tuesday by routing Democrat Charlie Crist by 19 fucking points. By the way, as the votes kept going in, it was closer to 20 there. A margin that no poll predicted. He followed that with a raucous speech that was both a celebration and a skillfully worded test of national themes, as he declared, Florida is where woke goes to die.
Yeah. He also said we not only won the election, but we've rewritten the political map, and that's in reference to the fact that they won Miami.
Yes.
Right, that county.
Republicans have not done that in a very long time.
Yeah, maybe never. I don't know.
Maybe.
But it's – so I think the last election, 2018, when he ran, he lost it by 10 or something, or 15, and this year he won it by 10. I mean, it was a huge swing in this district.
Yes, in that particular district, yes, it was.
Yeah. And the narrative coming up to this election is something I talked about on election night, and something I talked about yesterday as well. Is that particularly coming from Trump and the MAGA folks? Is that Trump made DeSantis? He wouldn't be here if it weren't for him, and yada yada. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, who knows what impact Trump had on DeSantis in 2018, but the effect he had on the House was clear. Republicans lost 41 seats in the House in 2018, right? So Trump taking credit for DeSantis' win in 2018, that doesn't make any fucking sense at all. That statistically does not make any sense. And now in the days since the election, and by the way, there's not one MAGA candidate that fucking blew out their opponent. Not one.
Right.
They're all in close fucking races. And DeSantis, in a swing state, right, fucking lit up his opponent. So that there's no evidence to suggest that Trump affected the 2018 election even, much less this one. Certainly not this one. So he's trying to like big boy DeSantis and stuff now. In the days since the election, he hasn't really done much to strengthen his position. Trump, I mean, like he looks weak right now.
Yeah, and we talked about this yesterday. At this point, and you know, this isn't just us. Like I've gotten messages from my friends all over the country, and who are Republicans, and they're like, "Look, we're all in on DeSantis now, and we think we need to get younger and go the full 8 years. Not a candidate that can only go 4 years." You and I have talked about this in the past numerous times with Biden. Trump would be 78 years old if he runs. That's exactly who we have in office now, is a 78-year-old man. Like, it's going to get harder and harder to do. And I think the smart thing to do, because DeSantis checks all the boxes across the board here, would be to throw your support behind DeSantis now and try to get the full 8 years if you're Republican.
Yeah.
The one thing I don't want to see, and I hope the RNC is able to cut this off somehow, is this fucking huge blow up between Trump and DeSantis in a public back and forth. I certainly don't want to see a fucking primary against the two of them either, or debates or any of that shit.
It's not going to last very long, in my opinion, because just reading the tea leaves a little bit here, over the weekend, when Trump was talking all that shit, I heard a lot of people, conservative influencer people, and then, the people that parrot the stupid shit that they say, rattling off the same line, like DeSantis needs to stay where he is. It's not his turn yet. Be loyal to Trump. Like, no, you're loyal to the fucking country, not goddamn Donald Trump or MAGA and his other stupid bullshit. Loyal to the country. And you can't, there's no way that not one person has tried to convince me that Trump is better than DeSantis. What they tried to convince me of is that Trump won't stop. He'll just go crazy. So we have to capitulate. No, fuck him. Right? Yeah. This guy's acting like a piece of shit right now. And it is your duty as an American to treat him like a piece of shit if he acts that way, in my opinion. Right?
And for me personally, what Dan says, it's about the country. And in my opinion, what's best for the country right now is to get a young candidate that everybody loves who had the most convincing victory out of any state in all of midterms by fucking he won by 20 points in Florida, which, by the way, Florida back in the day, remember 2000 was...
It's always been close.
What do you mean back
very
in the day?
Close.
DeSantis won his first election by 40,000 votes.
40,000 votes.
It's
usually Democrat. I mean, it's very, very close. What was the second place for any other candidate as far as governor? Had to be 10 points, less than 10 points?
Maybe Missouri had a larger gap.
Parsons wasn't up for election this year. In Missouri, this might have been the biggest blowout anywhere that wasn't deep red.
Right.
I mean, but it was even bigger than Texas.
I know.
And Texas is fucking Texas.
I know. And so if you're looking at the numbers and everything that he did there, it's hard to find a weakness in this candidate that people don't already love. And even Democrats in fucking Florida are like, hey, dude, we don't really care if DeSantis wins. Shit's great here in Florida right now.
Well, and also,
all the businesses stayed open during COVID. I mean, everything was open for business. You and I, when we traveled to Florida, I went to the national championship there for Ohio State. Half our fucking team had COVID, but he opened up the goddamn thing and said, let's play. We're going to do this. Florida's open for business. All those fights, the summer of that we took AMC to the moon, we saw Mayweather versus Logan Paul there. That was in Florida. All this shit was in Florida.
And I think what's funny is that DeSantis is going to be fucking impossible for the Democrats to attack.
It's going to be rough, yeah. So
Trump is very easy to attack because they're going to, he's crazy, he's unhinged, listen to him, he sounds like a moron.
But the big play they made against DeSantis was the "Don't Say Gay" bill, and that fucking did not work.
It didn't stick.
No.
They're going to call him a fascist, just like they called Trump a fascist, except DeSantis isn't an election denier. He's not doing any of that shit. Nothing they have is that.
It's already started, by the way.
It has. And they're saying he's Trump 2.0. He's worse than Trump. Nobody's going to buy that.
Yeah.
No.
It rings really hollow. And, to be honest, one, I've seen a lot of the people that I saw pro-Trumping and trying to flex on DeSantis before the election and even on election day have shut the fuck up now. They're not saying a goddamn word about it right now.
Right.
Because Trump is out there acting like a fucking child, right? And the other part is, this is what I said in the beginning. If DeSantis and Trump were to meet, right, in a fucking primary, they put the media in a position where they have to defend DeSantis.
Yep.
That's what happens.
So
so I don't think it's, people are like, oh, it would be dumb for DeSantis to challenge Trump. Fuck, no, it wouldn't. Why? Because then the media is forced to disassociate the two. That is the perfect fucking strategy for him. He should declare immediately.
And if you're Trump, I wouldn't run against DeSantis because if you lose, then that looks even worse because you lost to as a president, a former president.
Yeah, but Trump is...
You lose to a candidate in your own party.
Think about who he is as a person, man. He's putting himself before the country routinely. Even if DeSantis isn't planning on running in 24, he's still going to run for president at some point and likely be almost assuredly be the Republican nominee. And Trump, because he is just like fucking Saddam was saying, or any of these other megalomaniacs. When anybody rises in the ranks under them too much, they got to go. We got to fucking smash him down. It's just like this deep-seated insecurity because he knows he's fucking nothing. You know what I mean? That's just in his head. That's how it goes. So he is so paranoid about somebody else outshining him that he'll fuck the country over into the future for it. That's not the kind of guy that you vote for fucking president of the United States.
And I don't think it'll even happen. The only curiosity I have regarding the two of them is who announces first, you know? And if there is some discussion behind the scenes to say, hey, Trump will make you the kingmaker, but you got to support DeSantis. And
even that's
and all that
pathetic.
Stuff. I understand, but that happens all the time. Barack Obama was the kingmaker in 2016, so Biden and Hillary had to go to Obama.
Sweetie.
No, I understand, but if you remember in the 2016 election, Obama bought a house right by the White House there, and that was, if you look it up, they had a picture of it from the outside, and everybody had to go into this house for like a dinner or something and strategize there, and there's pictures inside the house. It looked like kind of like a brownstone in New York, but it was in Washington. And that was part of the whole fucking game too. And then Obama picked Hillary over Biden, and that was the deciding factor. That was it. Because if you remember, Biden didn't run against Hillary in 2016. And that was the whole thing. Yeah, there you go. And it was on the street. So, I mean, you could roll by it, but everybody had to go to the fucking house, have a lunch or a dinner, discuss what they were going to do, and then he got to choose what it was. And that's how Biden got fucked over in 2016.
If I'm DeSantis and that offer is made to me, I tell Trump and his team to go fuck themselves.
I don't know if I'd do that. I would rather not get into there's still plenty of people who love Trump. I wouldn't get into, you want all the votes you can get. I would do something behind the scenes, do it quietly, and try to figure it the fuck out. Doing all this shit publicly is too messy.
You don't negotiate with fucking petulant tyrants.
But you can try.
No, I'm saying you don't. You shouldn't.
I understand.
It is a mistake to do that. It makes DeSantis look weak if he does that. But he doesn't need Trump to fucking win.
No one would know. No one would know.
Dude, if you think, when's the last time the Trump camp was able to keep a secret? Half of their fucking staff have written books.
But hear me out on this.
And not
one.
favorable ones.
I know, but hear me out on this one. Let's say it's a phone call between the two of them. If Trump were to go out on Truth Social and be like, I just talked to DeSantis and I said I gave him my blessing and everything else, the way the media is anyways, I don't know that anybody would believe it. So I think that's the smartest way.
I don't think it helps DeSantis to get Trump's blessing. Right? Because MAGA people are going to fucking vote for him no matter what. It's not
Trump, you mean?
No, they're going to vote for fucking DeSantis if he's the guy that wins the primary, and he will be.
Right, but you don't want a messy primary where you have to go to all these states and then everybody's got to campaign and then scream at each other.
I don't agree with that.
That sucks too.
I don't agree with that. I don't think DeSantis, if DeSantis knows how to control himself, that's the perfect opportunity for him. He can just do exactly what Joe Biden did in 2020 during those fucking debates, which is stand there, let Trump say stupid shit, and everybody's like, fuck this. That's exactly what happened in 2020.
But eventually,
Trump's mouth ran himself out of the fucking election. That's what happened.
Eventually, though, somebody's got to get bought off, and that's what happens in these fucking primaries, man. The DNC bought off all those guys, Bernie, Buttigieg.
Biden didn't get bought off in 2016 or 2008, right?
Well, he was the vice president.
Yeah, he was the vice president running for, in 2016. Like he got stepped over, and they didn't give him shit for that.
Yeah, but he didn't do anything, right? So
yeah, but he wanted to.
He wanted to, but he didn't.
Because he knew
what went on behind the scenes.
He knew that he couldn't fucking win.
2020 was obvious. That Sunday night after South Carolina, they bought out all the candidates and they were gone.
Hillary didn't really, I don't recall, kicking and screaming very hard when Obama beat her in 2008. Like, I mean, she was taking shots, but it didn't strike me as like crazy. Like, it was just normal political shit.
Well, the wild thing about that is, if you think about 2008, we didn't have Twitter, Facebook, all that shit. Like, now, but everything now is so fucking magnified with all this shit. Like, it's in your face all day.
It was her turn. In 2008.
Right.
It was her turn.
But what'd you have there? You had a woman against a black guy. So it was either the first woman or the first black president. What are you going to do? And she's not going to talk shit against that. That would have been rough, I think. But either way, it's interesting because he was supposed to give a speech, Trump was, on election night. You know that, right? So afterwards, he was going to give a speech. Once the Republicans weren't doing well, that speech got canceled. It was supposed to be rescheduled for next week. Now we don't have the results for any of this shit. So he doesn't have any of the MAGA candidates. Like Carrie Lake still hasn't won yet. We don't know what's going to happen with hers. Masters hasn't won yet. We don't know what's going to happen with that. If none of that pans out for them, does he announce at all? Because there was also a word that Biden was supposed to announce for 2024. But obviously, you don't know who's got the Senate or the Congress. What happens then?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Biden's going to be, what, 82?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
he would be 82.
And he's already got dementia. So what's the DNC doing right now, do you think? I mean, they got to be scrambling, trying to fucking figure out a way to get him the fuck out of there. To be honest, like digging into his family's history and trying to get him the fuck out of there or something. Because what the fuck, man? There's no way you can run him. You can't win.
No. But then who's your candidate from the Democratic side?
It's probably going to be Gavin Newsom, to be honest. If not 24, it's certainly 28.
Probably.
Look, man.
Yeah,
Sometimes you just got to tank.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to Houston Astros it.
Yeah.
Right? They had a nice candidate in Gore in 2000. They had nobody in 2004.
Yeah.
John Kerry. And then John Edwards, who was fucking his dying wife, like fucking other people while his wife died of breast cancer. So they punted on 2004. They reloaded a little bit, and then they had a pretty good field. Whether you like them or not, it was a pretty good field in 2008. And then, Obama, blah, blah, blah. If I was the Democrats, whether they run Biden or Newsom or whatever, punt, rebuild, tank, rebuild.
Yeah,
And honestly, it is advantageous to be the quote-unquote resistance party sometimes. Right? You kind of rebuild momentum when you just get to bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
With no consequences.
Yeah. I don't know that they'll trot him out there at 82. They might not have a choice. If he says it,
No,
what are you going to do?
that's
The point is-
the DNC decides. Ultimately, the DNC decides who the candidate is. They could tell, they could have a board meeting and change the rules and say there aren't going to be primaries. We're just going to fucking select somebody. As a matter of fact, even after all the primaries and all the delegates, they can still decide that they want somebody else. It's happened before, right?
Okay.
So there's no fucking way they're going to let this dude. Come on, man.
I agree. I just, who knows? He might go up and make a speech tomorrow.
Oh, I hope so.
He won't even know where he is. Speaking of dead dudes in office, Pennsylvania actually elected a real dead guy last week, or this week. Not John Fetterman. He's just brain dead, but he's still living. This is an actual person who is deceased. Longtime Pennsylvania State Representative Anthony Tony DeLuca won in an election day landslide, which has to sting for his opponent because DeLuca is no longer alive.
Yeah, it may also sting. Get out of here. It may also sting the dumbest state in the country, Pennsylvania, who did indeed elect a mental defective because of abortion, which is in no way adjudicated by the Senate. Pennsylvania is taken over as the dumbest state in the union. Forget about Mississippi. Forget about fucking Florida man bullshit. Pennsylvania, you're the dumbest motherfuckers on earth.
It's crazy.
Congratulations. Jesus fucking Christ, man. I mean, Oz is a cunt. Let's be real.
We made fun of this, what was it, a week ago, that this has happened a couple times in our history. One was a joke because it was the Bunny Ranch guy in Nevada.
Happened, not the only one that happened this year.
Who else?
For the mayor of San Diego. Or I'm sorry, for an election in San Diego,
Okay.
who is it? Simon Silva running for city attorney in San Diego.
Yep.
In the suburb of Chula Vista. He died, and he has gone into a runoff now with the other guy. Earlier this year,
You think the dead dude's going to
Yeah,
continue
you think
campaigning?
how's his speech going to be next week? You think?
might be all right. You never know. So then we have DeLuca. Earlier this year, Palmhurst, Texas, reelected their mayor despite his death. And in 2020, state lawmaker Roy Edwards of Wyoming died one day before the election, so that's a little different.
Well, yeah.
Just check the box.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it happened in California. So Pennsylvania is the new California.
Texas.
But this dude got 85% of the vote.
85% of the vote.
Because the other dude was a Green Party.
Yeah, so the other guy was Green Party.
The other party, the other guy was alive.
Well, Quiona Livingston, I think her name was.
Quiona. I like that. It's, the spelling on this is great. It's Queonia.
Queonia.
I'm going to go with Queonia Livingston. Why not? Yeah.
And the guy's name was Tony DeLuca.
Tony DeLuca.
Yeah, that guy's getting elected every time in
Pennsylvania. My God, dude. He's dead.
So
He's fucking dead. He's been dead for a month.
Queona goes by Zara Livingston, and she's got like fucking BLM shit all over the place. So that's not gonna win. That's not gonna win.
No.
No.
Yeah. So again, Pennsylvania, dumbest state in America. Congratulations on losing the World Series. I'm sorry. Congratulations on losing the World Series and the MLS championship and fucking the entire country. Congratulations.
Actually, we saved the country by the Phillies not winning the World Series. You're welcome.
You saved Philadelphia
because we hate
Downtown
everybody
Philly.
hates the Astros.
No.
Like we
historically, every time the Phillies win a World Series, the economy collapses. So you're welcome.
Everything that we wanted Pennsylvania to do right in the last week has fucking failed miserably.
Yeah.
So you want that other candidate?
Yes, somebody who's alive.
I disagree.
I would actually vote for a dead person over this person. Yeah. I'm looking at her website right now. Like, there's no fucking way.
No.
Yeah, I don't even.
Right call.
I agree with that. I don't think this is even that bad. I think they're saying it stings for the candidate, the opposite candidate. This is fine. They should be stung in Pennsylvania, not about this, but about how they've butt fucked the entire country.
Well, look.
By the way, the Amish are fucking pissed. I didn't know this. I talked to somebody who works in the area. I believe they sell fucking building supplies or something like that. I don't remember what it is. Something like that. Or maybe just knows people who do. But the Amish are very angry that Fetterman won. I don't know
really?
why. I didn't realize they took that much. I don't know why they care.
I think they believe that he's some sort of monster of their folklore.
Well, he is.
Who
Yeah.
roams the countryside.
Yeah.
Stealing goats and cattle from them at night.
Do you think that Quado on his neck has a security clearance? Yeah. What's your clearance level, Quado? Can you put a towel over Quado? I have to tell you some secret information.
Also, I'm sorry that most of Philadelphia connects with him because he wears hoodies and shorts.
Well, that means most of Philadelphia is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying off.
I know.
Crazy.
I know. That's fucking stupid.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy.
Pennsylvania, the dumbest state in America.
Not even close.
It's by far the dumbest state in America.
Not even.
Yeah.
You elected a dude that can't fucking speak English.
Can't
George
form
is about
sentence.
to elect Herschel Walker.
He can't think. He
We
can't
can
fucking speak.
We can admit that that's dumb, and it's comedy against comedy. Like, I mean, it's Pennsylvania, dude. You got a dead guy, and now you got Fetterman. That's the fucking dude. Did you see the thing that went viral of Fetterman with his TikTok video? He posted.
No, because I don't give a shit.
Oh, you should.
No, you
It's
should.
It's in front of your face every day.
You should not care.
Bob, if you type in, we can't play it because we're on YouTube today, right? Not Patreon. Subscribe on Patreon. He did a thing. There's a TikTok challenge for a teenage dirtbag. I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. And it's him through all of his teenage years. Holy fuck, it is frightening. I coach Little League and all that shit. Like, his Little League picture, it's like a monster inside. Like, the monster has never not been a fuck. It looks like Fetterman has been the same person since birth, which is crazy. And I don't know now. Like looking back at this shit for him.
Yeah,
I think his dad was like, we have to give this kid money because he's going to be Lenny from Mice and Men.
The Eagles are so much better than Eagles. It's either like that's a retarded drunk person talking.
Well, maybe he was watching practice.
Man, you know what he should be watching?
Team scrimmage.
Yeah.
Fucking shut the fuck up. That's what you should be watching.
Yeah, you should be watching a little bit of Shut the Fuck Up there.
But really, I mean, as Oz is a fucking loser, completely fake. He doesn't care about any of this shit. He just likes, like everybody else, the power and fame and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
But at least his brain works properly.
It does.
You know what I mean?
Sure
He's
does.
not anti-abortion. He's never fucking said that shit.
He seemed pretty fucking reasonable in the goddamn debate. I mean, if you watch that debate, so the problem was, by the way, that 635,000 people had already early voted for Fetterman before the debates, and they said that's what probably won it for him.
I'm not sure that would have changed anything, to be honest. Those people are fucking stupid. They believe that he's a good old Union boy. Hell yeah. A good old union boy who's got an Ivy League education, never was in a union in his entire goddamn life, and he inherited all of his money from his parents' insurance company.
Well, he did get his house from his sister for $1.
Not one moment of his life has been spent inside of a union.
Yeah.
Not a second, not a fucking fraction of one. And they believed all that.
Yeah.
At least Fetterman fucking, or at least Oz is a human being, like an actual human being.
That's alive.
That's had a job, even though it was in media. I mean, he was a doctor for a while, I guess. But
Was a doctor.
God damn it, dude. Pennsylvania, the dumbest state on earth.
Yeah, see if you can find that thing.
How many square miles is Pennsylvania? Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania's big.
The fucking
Massive.
the dumbest 55 million square miles on earth, or whatever it is.
Well, that's not close.
Let's see. No, it's probably close, right?
It's a big state. It's a big fucking state, dude. If you find that teenage
46,000. I was close, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania, the dumbest 46,000
Did you say
square
million?
miles. No, 46,000.
Okay.
Oh no, I did say million.
You said million.
Yeah,
So
million's
it's
way
like-
too much. Yeah.
yeah.
I meant 1,000.
Yeah, if you find that, just go to Twitter and find, just type in Fetterman Teenage Dirtbag. We'll play it at the end of the show. In the meantime, dude, if you are in the union, you're a working man, you can get yourself a flannel from drinkinbros.com. We got flannels up for Christmas.
We've
dude.
got flannels.
Who did this? This is awesome, by the way. I just saw this this morning.
Somebody, I think
This is great.
I think Parker, the guy at the merch company, was like, "Hey, do you guys want flannels?" We're like, "Yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah,
Fuck
dude.
yeah, we want flannels. What are you, some kind of fucking dick or something?
Yeah.
Just give me flannels."
Just give me some fucking flannels, dude.
But yeah, they're
Google
dope.
the flannel there, Bob.
They're real nice.
They are really nice. Let's see.
Oh,
this.
it's in go to seasonal. It's also there's
Oh shit! There we go. Right there.
sweatpants.
Boom.
We got some Christmas stuff.
Pop open the black one there. What do we got on the black?
That's
one?
a Drinkin' Dad's one, I believe.
That's
and it
sweet.
comes in different colors. And then there's one with the crest logo.
Okay.
And then there's if you go back.
Fuck yeah, dude! I'm
there's
gonna order
one-
those today.
Then the red one there is Defund Politicians, which is the one that I bought today.
It's dope as shit. Hey, Jesse just walked in. Jesse, see the flannels, dog? Look at that shit. It's amazing. These are awesome.
And then there's
So we got Drinkin' Bros flannels now.
Then there's sweatpants. There's some Christmas bullshit. You're just gonna have to go look. There's
Fuck
too
yeah.
much new stuff on there that.
Tons. I'm gonna order those right now before they sell out. What? 3 different colors? I'm gonna get the blue one. I like that. That's fucking dope, dude.
Yeah.
Shit. Well, the reason why I asked who did it, I'll give him a shout out. Was there a merch guy?
Yeah, and I think what we're gonna do is button the top button only.
Oh, you want to do a full Votto episode?
Yeah,
I'm
we're
down.
going cholo.
Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it.
I'm gonna need a do-rag probably, and not that like spandex kind, but a real old school fucking do-rag.
Yeah. I got plenty of those.
So I got a blue one too, so I think I'll go red with the do-rag just to show that I'm a unifier.
Are you going to be... Oh, so you want to unify Bloods and
yeah,
Crips?
I'm going to be the guy that brings the Bloods and Crips together.
Okay.
Is there a purple gang? Who's the purple one? Latin Kings are yellow. What would purple be?
The Ballers.
Wait,
Ballers,
wasn't purple and San Andreas like the something street?
Yeah, the Ballers.
something?
Yeah.
Oh, was it
Yeah,
the
I think
Ballers?
it was the
And
Ballers.
then the green was Grove Street.
Oh yeah, Grove Street. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, so we're gonna do that. Karate Tiger 3 is saying it's the top 2 buttons. So I
is
guess
it really?
They're evolving.
Thank you, Karate. The Tiger 3, we appreciate that. Go to drinkinbros.com, click on the store, and look at the new apparel. I'm going to order those right after the show is over. That's awesome. Bob, you got that video there, it looks like. All right, now play it without the music because we are on YouTube today and not Patreon.
So purple
Purple is what?
is the Grape Street Crips,
Oh, shit.
which is in
Shout out to them.
Chicago. Or I'm
Shout out
sorry,
to them.
in Detroit.
We definitely didn't mean to disrespect you guys. Okay?
I don't care. Fuck you.
There we go. So pop it open. This is what Fetterman has looked like his whole life. Okay. All right. So there he is now, and then boom,
This
it goes
hand-
back into.
Oh my god.
Look at that.
This guy's a fucking monster. He's a monster.
He didn't even fit in the car. He didn't even fit in the fucking car, dude. Holy shit.
What a fucking monster.
Isn't that crazy,
Why would
dude?
you post those pictures of yourself?
Well, I mean, you can't hide them. And
Sure
it's
you
like,
can. Find a picture of me when I was
imagine
fucking
being
7 years old.
7 feet tall as a 5-year-old.
I challenge you to find a picture of me as a child. I promise you can't because I've had them all destroyed.
Find out. But the gauntlet's been thrown. If anybody went to elementary school with Dan Holloway, find a yearbook. You had to have taken a yearbook photo.
Nope, never did it.
Not 1 year?
Nope. Never did the pictures.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't like that shit.
So you just skipped out every year?
Mm-hmm. I didn't go to my high school graduation. I didn't go. The only graduation event I've ever been to, I went to college 4 times, high school, all this stuff. The only time I ever went to any graduation was when I was the student body president and had to give a speech, but it wasn't my graduation.
Okay.
For my high school graduation, I was in like Puerto Rico or some shit.
What school were you student body president?
It was a computer college.
Okay.
In on the East Coast.
Gotcha.
I don't remember what the ECPI is the name of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they elected you president, or you ran? Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So why not run for our country? You know.
I just did it because I thought it was funny, to be honest.
Well, you won.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why Fetterman did it.
Maybe. But yeah, it's. I don't like that stuff.
No, I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. But if you're out there, the challenge has been thrown down. Find a picture of Dan Holloway as a youth, and let's see. What
I think there are a couple out there. So if you can find one, you're pretty good.
Okay, let's find one. Last but not least, a bunch of you have sent this in, and I promised you we would get to this story. I got DMs about it on Instagram about the implosion of Facebook. Meta, the new fucking name, is laying off 13% of its staff. More than 11,000 employees. CEO Mark Zuckerberg said in a letter to employees Wednesday, "Today, I'm sharing some of the most difficult changes we've made in Meta's history," he says. "I've decided to reduce the size of our team by about 13% and let go more than 11,000 of our talented employees. We are also taking a number of additional steps to become a leaner and more efficient company by cutting discretionary spending and extending our hiring freeze through Q1. Shares of Meta were up about 7.5% on Wednesday morning. The layoffs come amid a tough time for Facebook parent company Meta, which provided lukewarm guidance. That's being generous. That's being generous. It was horrible guidance. In late October, for its upcoming fourth quarter earnings that spooked investors and caused its shares to sink more than 20%. Now, when I look at this statement here about getting leaner and being more efficient, those are the first 2 words you use in a recession. Mm-hmm. When you're like, hey, got to get leaner, got to get more efficient.
But this isn't because of the recession. This is because I guess they just don't have – well, they've had some big failures, right? So
huge. Look, it's hard.
Facebook Watch was a huge failure.
It's hard to find a positive in that company right now.
Yeah.
And I know Jim Cramer had a meltdown on his show the other day and was crying because he told everybody to buy Facebook and it was a strong company and they believed in management and all that stuff. And he got it wrong. And then all these investors lost more than 35% of their money in 3 days, right? With this is exactly what you were saying. All right, Facebook Watch, failure. Mm-hmm. The metaverse has been a fucking failure. Facebook is dying.
I don't know that I would say the metaverse has been a failure. I think it's just too early for that right now. You know what I mean? This was a bad time to dump all your chips into that particular.
But that's what I'm saying.
They gotta get ahead.
It's a failure because they put too much money into it too quickly. They thought this was going to be a huge hit. It is not.
No.
And it's 10 years away.
Yeah, it is. This is how businesses work.
They're trying to establish now and own the ecosystem, and they need to own the digital territory, and they need to get all of the kinks out. If they have 4 years of market advantage ahead of time, they have to.
But they're not going to get that because it wasn't making money. That's the problem, right? So I
don't think it needs to. I think
it does need to for their company. They're a publicly traded company. You have to make money. You have to grow. That's the only way that you can shake your head all you want. That's how the market works.
And you have to tell your shareholders in a quarterly meeting every single quarter why you are failing.
Yeah.
It is a public call. I have sat on them. I've had stocks for years. Everybody has the opportunity to sit on the call. It's a fucking failure, dude. Great, the tech might be sweet in 10 years, but, Tom Brady's kid might be great in 10 years. We're not handing him a fucking Super Bowl trophy today.
Well, we might.
But they need to work out the kinks.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying.
Do it in private.
From a business standpoint, though, from a tech standpoint, you're absolutely right. From the business standpoint, they don't have the financial resilience to fucking dump that amount of money in every single year and maintain their fucking stock price. It's just not going to work. Or maybe it could, but they haven't convinced Facebook stockholders that it will. That might be the bigger problem, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll say, and I've said it a million times, I think Metaverse is a fucking failure. Facebook Watch is
Facebook Watch was an
failure.
abject failure. The Metaverse is not a failure. It's just it's going to get delayed now because of this.
I just think it's too fucking hokey for kids, and they're already doing other cool shit. And then remember the podcast. That was a big failure as well. Remember they were like, oh, hey, we're doing a Facebook podcast. Can we have your RSS feed? Sure. Is it free? Yes. Well, why would anybody go and listen to podcasts on Facebook?
Facebook just has a business model problem. So,
well, they're just trying to steal everything else because they can't buy
well,
it.
If you're a public company, you have to continue expanding always. Especially in tech, you have to expand your user base. And if you can't expand your user base, you have to bring on new products so that user counts for 2 or 3 or 4, right? So you're on Facebook, you're on Oculus, you're on whatever the fuck else. But it's not hitting. You know, they're running out of opportunities to do this shit properly. And I don't know what the future is going to be for Facebook, to be honest. The other problem is that they cut off one of their primary revenue streams, which is political advertising.
Yep.
Right? They fucked that up. Shouldn't have done it.
No.
That was a huge business mistake for them. So, you know, you can't cut a major source of revenue like that and then dump all of your money into R&D for a product that isn't yet monetized. You can't do both. You can do one of those things if you're not doing the other, but you can't do both at the same time. It's bad business.
And then as far as Facebook is concerned, users are down on it. People signing up are down on it. Same with Instagram. They're starting to slow now because all those kids are going to TikTok. I don't put money into this fucking company for a long goddamn time. Wait and see what happens. I mean, you take an Apple, for example. Apple has a hiring freeze because of the recession, but they're not laying off anybody.
Not yet.
Apple is bigger than Facebook, Alphabet, and one other company combined.
Yeah,
correct.
I think
but if they wanted to cut staff, they certainly could.
Apple's not constructed that way. They're not gonna.
These fucking phones haven't changed in 18 goddamn models. So.
It doesn't. That's exactly what I'm talking about, Ross. There's a platform and an ecosystem, and you are controlled by this. They now own the mall. They own the digital mall and can charge rent there through all their processing. Facebook doesn't have that. They have to build the landscape to do that, and they believe being in the headset is the next evolution of being on the phone. No one thought the thing that was in your car or was a bag or was attached to a cord in your home was going to control 8 hours of your day.
If I want to wear something on my fucking head, it's going to be a goddamn GIMP mask, and I'm getting off somehow. Yeah. I'm not wearing that, and I'm not playing with cartoon bodies in a fake fucking world.
This is how it.
Well,
develops.
maybe so. That's
you were playing Pong on your computer for a while in solitaire. Either you didn't think that would like run our business.
But I wasn't.
This might be the issue though. Gen X and maybe even millennials probably aren't going to widely adapt to that, in my opinion. I just don't see it happening. So that the real breakthroughs in technology have been, iPhones come out, business people get it, media people get it, kids get it because it's cool, and then everybody else gets it because they don't want to be a fucking loser. You know what I mean? There's no pathway for the metaverse like that. You're not going to be able to. You're not going to be able to get the buy-in from multiple age groups all at the same time at the beginning of the fucking rollout. You know what I mean?
It depends when the rollout is, because Gen Z now is aging up into like pretty old.
Oh yeah,
sure, yeah.
And like Georgia, for example, do you have this thing?
They don't represent a commensurate amount of spending power for their demographic.
Yeah, not
numbers.
yet.
Not even close, and they're not even going to get close for like 25 years probably, to be honest. You know what I mean? Because
are you in the metaverse, Giorgio?
They're getting paid less and less money.
Well,
relative
do they need
to inflation.
Is it the type of thing where they need to have money for them to make money off of a metaverse? Because they have eyeball. I mean, advertising, blah blah blah, all that bullshit. I don't necessarily think that's commensurate on.
I think Giorgio's right about the whole thing. Like, if I had Facebook stock, I would hold right now, and I would not be upset about them spending as much money as they want on Meta, because eventually it'll become hyper relevant, and my money will be worth a lot more money.
Ross just asked me a question a few times, and I think this is where things get conflated and confused. He says, do I have one of those? And my response would be, do I have one of what? And then he asked if I was in the metaverse, and I would go, well, technically I'm in like 6 metaverses and have been for probably 8 to 9 years. When did World of Warcraft first come out?
Right.
Kind of
Are
thing.
you using Facebook's thing? Do you have an Oculus that you wear on your head at night?
I have owned Oculuses before. I've also owned other brands.
Why don't you own it anymore?
I own 2 pairs of AR goggles, one being owned by Facebook. It's Facebook's combination with Ray-Ban that I wanted to test out and play with. And I also own Snap glasses. I like trying out technology. I've used technology. It's fun. I am obviously a big fan of technology and have been since I was a kid. You have to release generations of products to innovate. The best way to innovate is in the free market. That drives innovation. You're not going to shrink down the screens, shrink down the processors, find new ways of developing these goggles into something that you can wear for 8 to 10 hours to 20 hours a day. They want you in the headset, and there's no way of getting there without all of this trial and error.
I understand that, but if you're the most tech-friendly guy out of everybody who works here, and if you're not wearing the goddamn headset at night, nobody is.
Well, that's a little reductive. Like, the metaverse experience isn't just going to be looking through AR or VR glasses, right? There's a lot of other shit that happens.
We talk about this. We've talked about this multiple times. There's already the 2 most popular video games in the world right now are metaverse games.
What are they?
Minecraft and Roblox.
Yeah, but kids are playing them on iPads. They're not wearing a headset.
But you can still. What I'm saying is, you can still get into the metaverse. I don't think the hardware is the main selling point of the metaverse.
I'm not buying into the headset thing. Like, I don't know that we'll ever get there with a headset.
People like it. People there's literally buildings set up for you to go play VR games and VR roller coasters in the mall. Like, people spend money on this.
Yeah, but if they were spending enough money, then the entire department would have just gotten axed by the largest company.
Correct, because it's not there. So you can't. So the issue is, do you run a machine or do you run it off the headset alone?
So what you said is technology isn't there.
No, it's not.
I've been saying it for years. On this program.
Headset technology is not there. We have to innovate. We have to keep releasing generations of products and keep trying and dumping money into it until it is to a product in which we are all comfortable using.
Yeah, but it's like they're doing it completely ass backwards. Let's take the fucking Elon Musk model, where took some revenue from PayPal and then started a couple of other ventures, but he primarily used private money at Tesla, along with government subsidies, but private money at Tesla, private money at SpaceX, right? He didn't start a company, let it become public, and then dump billions of dollars at a loss into a new piece of technology. That didn't happen. He took fucking private bank money or government subsidy money and did that. You can do that, but when you have a fiduciary responsibility to a large amount of very powerful people, I mean, the hedge funds that own most of this stock are not happy.
They're fucking pissed.
Of course not, but they're not happy because their ad revenue got their knee capped. It was easy to innovate.
You can't do both, right?
When you're facing down this perpetual problem of Apple's AR or Apple's headset that's been pushing down the pipeline, and people have been talking about this and writing articles about it for the last 3 years, when you're staring down the barrel of that and you have this giant pile of cash, you have to do everything you can to get ahead of it. You have to somehow grab a hold of that new digital marketplace or get some sort of market advantage there, or you don't have a company anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're failing now, and it's not great. And if you got money in Facebook right now, you might as well just light it on fire and throw it out the fucking window.
Nah, they'll come back. It's too big. That company will never.
I don't think it is, man.
Oh, yeah.
MySpace went down.
That's like MySpace sold for
different.
MySpace sold for like $2 billion.
MySpace was giving us a song, royalty free, dude.
MySpace sold for like $2 billion.
Royalty free.
I think.
Facebook was an ad company, and Apple will slowly be a bank if you're watching the trends and watching what everyone's doing. And you're looking at these companies like they offer one product when they really offer something else.
No, they do, but they're just getting beat product-wise in everything they do right now. TikTok is better than Instagram.
Yeah,
they can't get kids.
That part's true.
YouTube Shorts is going to smash TikTok in 3 years.
Maybe. We'll see.
I just got it's funny you say, I got an email 2 days ago that they want to monetize all these shorts in February 1st.
That's how they get the creators over. YouTube has the best creator fund, and they're going to take over all the TikTok creators because they're going to pay them more.
We'll find out. They're not paying us, dick.
Maybe, but Google just saw its largest decrease in AdSense revenue in its history, right? Which is YouTube and also Google search ads have gone down more in the last quarter than they have in the history of that company. That is their primary source of revenue. So it's not just Facebook that's having these problems. Twitter's down as well, but obviously because advertisers are pulling out and shit like that. But all of tech is in big trouble right now. They're all scrambling to find new ways to monetize. And it's going to be difficult for them, right? Because the first instinct is going to be to try to capitalize on something that already exists. And for most of these guys, it means stepping into somebody else's territory.
Right.
Google's making a phone again.
Yeah.
Oof.
So it's like these are big swings. And big swings sometimes hit home runs, and most of the time though they are fucking swings and misses.
Yeah, dude. And this is a huge swing and miss.
And
for
I think,
Facebook.
to be honest, it seems to me to be kind of like it's a little irresponsible when you're controlling that much revenue that's going through the country to fucking take huge swings like this. This is what Lehman Brothers did. This is what the housing crisis. Like, we're gonna have a tech crisis the same way we had a housing crisis, and it's starting now.
It's starting now. Yeah.
Well,
when
the dot-com thing, that was all in the stock market, though. This is different. 11,000 people just lost their fucking jobs, and there's going to be more. I guarantee you that fucking Twitter is going to they have already laid off a bunch of people. Google's next.
Yep.
Google's probably going to lay off 5,000 to 7,000 people.
Easily.
Yeah, and there's a flood of talented developers now in the market.
Yeah.
Imagine what's going to come from that.
Well, I mean,
thousands and thousands of super talented developers.
If you're an
without a job.
if you're an angel investor right now, it's fucking a very target-rich environment to go find some kids that got a good idea and turn it into something.
Yeah, and there was something that Elon Musk he put up yesterday or last night, and he said, look, people are bitching about the $8 and everything else. He goes, over the course of the next few months, we're going to have a ton of dumb ideas. Some will work, some won't. But we're going to try them the fuck out. And that's the first time I've heard somebody at least say that, of like, hey, dude, all of this shit, we're kind of just guessing right now. We'll see what works and we'll see what doesn't. Problem is, Mark Zuckerberg isn't saying that. And the deeper you get into this shit, especially with the Rogan shit, about kneeling down to the government, and then that leads to not letting people spend money on political ads and everything else, although that's a massive advertising opportunity. That was dumb as well.
Well, there's no fucking appetite in the American public to hold these tech companies accountable for the bullshit they do. So this week, as a matter of fact, Apple disabled the AirDrop function on all the phones in China because they were using AirDrop to share anti-government images.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And then they limited it to, I think it only works 10 minutes at a time now.
For AirDrop?
Yeah, they can't, like, if you put for AirDrop, you have 3 different settings. You can accept from no one, accept from friends only, and then accept from strangers. And they only allow you to activate the accept from strangers one for 10 minutes at a time now. That's the new change Apple's made in their software for China. So
just China only.
Yep. So people are not allowed to share anti-government stuff with each other.
There's quite a bit of kowtowing to China. I mean, honestly, like, it's hard because this huge anti-China narrative is so high now. Like, used to be like Tim Cook would probably be the best emissary over to China from the U.S. to try to get some sort of cooperative deal going on. Like, they've blocked Google, they've blocked Netflix, they've blocked all these American companies over there, but Apple is still allowed to operate. And they went from having like 90% of their products manufactured there down to like 70, I believe now. And they're trying to eventually get that down closer to 30 with moving manufacturing facilities to Brazil and to India. It's weird. Like, we've come from this like pro-China like connection to China from 5 to 10 years ago that we're all supporting to this like super anti-China sentiment now. And it's weird when we're like judging businesses on it who have been operating there for decades. Like, it's like, obviously I don't like what they're doing. Mm-hmm. Completely am with you, but it's just like, as a business, and like when you're uphold to your stockholders, do you just pull out of China immediately and like wreck your company? Like, wreck
your company for the short term, and this is what Trump was trying to do. Wreck it for the short term, and then know the long term is going to be better. Because this shit, like Dan said, I wasn't even fucking aware of that. Mm-hmm. That's going to keep happening more and more and more. And then who's to say China's wrong? There was 2,679,177 people in Pennsylvania that should have been under the China control and not voted for Fetterman, but they did.
Well, this is
the dumbest state in the fucking country.
It's the dumbest state in the country by far. It's not even close. BT Bates says in the chat, we're going to have another housing bubble that's already underway.
It's already going on right now, friend. It's already going on.
There's a car loan situation right now. There's 15,000 cars a day being repossessed.
Yes.
And then we have a student loan problems as well because now all these little turds have to pay back their student loans. And then we're going to have a tech bubble. The Gigi in the chat posted that the 52-week high for Meta is $353 a share. It's right now it's at $111.
Yep. I mean, it's down 66% this year. It's fucking crazy.
Yep.
And if you're a shareholder in Facebook, I don't have any confidence in those fucking guys. I heard behind the scenes they want Zuckerberg out, but they don't know how to do it and who's going to take over.
Well, I mean,
who wants to inherit that mess?
The board can fucking vote out the chairman anytime they feel like it, as long as they get the votes. It doesn't do. But my guess is, like any good chairman, he's got a bunch of sycophants on the board that'll vote however he wants. By the way, the new season of Succession is coming up here pretty soon, I think.
So is Yellowstone. We got some fucking good winter TV coming up, dude.
I'm kind of annoyed.
White Lotus came out.
White Lotus is out. The Casey Anthony doc drops on the 29th.
I've been really, man, I've really become spoiled with streaming and just having everything available all at once.
Yeah.
And now having to wait for all the episodes to come out because I'll watch all of them in a row.
Yellowstone, they still make you wait. That's a week by week.
So same with Succession and everything else.
That's right.
Even the fucking House of the Dragon shit was.
We finally got a good movie that came out.
What do you got
on Netflix? All Quiet on the Western
Front.
Yeah.
Shit! I got to see that, dude. I just saw it. It looked dope as shit, dude.
It is.
All of our listeners hit me up about it, and I was like, man, I got to watch it.
And listen to who's telling you that.
Yeah, it's our listeners.
No, the guy from the dumbest state.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, from the dumbest state in the country.
A guy who's a total hater is telling you that it's good.
And
so it's probably good.
I turned off the dubbing. I watched it in German.
Oh yeah, fuck that. I watched the trailer and I was like, wait, I thought this was a German movie, and then after just a couple seconds, I was like, oh, it's dubbed. Fuck this.
Yeah, you got to watch it in German with the subtitles.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that either. I'm going English, brother.
My dogs get mad when they hear German.
You what? That's fair.
Now's the point in the show we get to the Drinkin' Bro of the week. Like we always say, and like the election nights, we had a bunch of people in here. If you're in the Austin, Texas area and want to come watch a live show, stop on into the studio and do it like our boy Kip Knuth just did it, dude. Come on up, Kip. You can walk around me in front of the TVs. It doesn't really matter. You can hop on into D'Anthony's chair over there. One of the best in the biz to do it, man. Look at that. Who is that? Really? That's fucking dope. Do you want to? Can you? Yeah, well, we might be able to email it. Yeah.
Drinking with his ass tonight.
Oh, are you really? Guns, you can sit down. Yeah. Hang, dude. Hang for a while. Yeah, you can airdrop it. Where's the airdropping it to? Bobby 36.
Ross's iMac.
There you go. Ross's iMac, because I'm in the future. All right. I don't want to say that I'm better than Zuckerberg, but probably. I've got my own iMac named after me.
I mean, I'd agree with you better than Zuckerberg.
Probably. You got it?
Got it.
This is great.
Okay, perfect. We'll pop that up on screen. Who would you like to give the Drinkin' Bro of the week to?
Jeff Reeder, Commander Reeder, U.S. Navy, retired, Vietnam fighter pilot, flew Phantoms, world-class competitive drinker, really good influence, been a mentor probably for the last 15-plus years of my life.
And that's him right there, shirt wide open, drinking some whiskey. It looks like it's a fucking badass. That guy was in Nam?
Yeah.
He looks
most
like Richard
interesting man
Gere.
of the year.
He looks like fucking Richard Gere. He looks great. Holy shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck, bro?
Yeah, that was like 2 years ago, but he still looks the same.
Looks great. And you're going to come party with him tonight?
Oh, yeah. We're going to New Braunfels, Worst Fest. 1 liter of beer at a time.
Yeah,
the objective tonight's 11 liters.
So 11 liters total. What's the ABV on that?
6.8.
Okay.
Yeah, it's German beer. It's,
sure.
Hofbrau.
All right.
Seems like a reasonable call.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But I want to give you a shout out. Not only did you bring in Terry Blacks for the entire office, you also brought us this very nice bottle of Don Julio 1942. I lied to you when you came in. I was like, I'm not going to, I'll get into this during the show. But then that story with the fucking Brian.
That was not good.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, I'm going to have to pull a picture of her up later.
And what we try to do is like keep it fresh. So like I won't know what it is until it's up on the screen.
Yeah.
Chances are I've known about 70 or 80% of them. And there's ones that creep through like this. You're getting a genuine reaction to what I think is fake news, but it's definitely fucking real. Yeah. Cheers, my man. This is amazing. I hope is it wrong of me to drink out of the bottle? I've already done it. So
do it.
Right.
Put your mouth on it. Oh,
that's smooth, man.
Nice.
Thank you, sir. I
You're
appreciate
welcome,
it, dude.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. You've been drinking Hard AF seltzers here.
Yeah.
Where do you live at in real life?
Grapevine, Texas. I'm 3 in on the Hard AF.
Are you? And then you're going to the beer fest tonight?
Yeah.
Boy, that's going to be a long night. There it is.
I know that.
Cheers. Look at that. Goes down smooth. My God, man. So that's a good 3-4 shots right there that you just consumed.
Yeah.
And then you had 3 Hard AF seltzers, and then you're going to the beer fest tonight. Yeah. Who's driving you?
You know.
Look, I just want to make sure the listeners are safe because you could sleep under the desk if need be.
Not going to drive anymore
for
the next 4 days until after I get to New Braunfels.
Is that how long it is? It's a 3-day fest?
Yeah.
Is it really?
I give it an extra day.
What do they got there besides bratwurst? Anything else?
Scantily clad, dirndl-wearing women.
There you go.
It's a couple weeks. It goes on for weeks.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, it was started like last week. It was going on. Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of
Pretty good
German
time.
beer, a lot of soft pretzels, potato like pancakes.
There we
Sausage.
go. Yeah. I'm in. I love German food.
Lots of sausage.
You single?
Yeah.
There he is.
That's my personality.
You think so?
I brought this nice girl to the event y'all had in February at Austin Tallies, and she sort of spun out.
What happened there?
She might be jealous.
Really?
Of you primarily, a little bit of Lopez.
Okay.
And I don't know. 5:15 p.m. I got an Uber back to the hotel. I don't really remember what happened. Around 7:30, I woke up. She was screaming at me, holding my phone. So I drove back to Dallas.
Proud of you. Proud of you.
Yeah.
You're one of the best in the biz, Kip. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Everybody here appreciated the barbecue. That's the way to do it, dude. If you're coming in from off the streets, bring some food, some booze, and then stay the day and have a good time.
Wonderful
We're here.
experience.
We're here. We're always here. We're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere.
You guys are great.
I appreciate it. Go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. Also, go to Spotify. Just click a 5-star and walk away. That's all the advertisers care about. I know I say this every fucking day, but it's true. Please do it. Once we hit like 10,000 reviews, I think we're at 60-something, 6,000-something, whatever it is. Once we hit 10K, I'm going to stop asking. Because then after that, it's like, all right, great, fuck off, you know? Then we're just reviewing shit for Tim Cook and his fucking crony friends. Yeah, so fuck them. We appreciate you tuning in. For D'Anthony Holloway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is Drinkin' Bros Fake News. Good night, everyone.